years ago they tried to put me in the. This is a lie.
Did you want to try to read something from your book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it a done deal by the time, Trevor Manuel?
It's actually an opportunity for members of parliament to actually digest and go through the documentation that is going to be presented to the public. And the opportunity for proper engagement is actually after the tabling of the...
Wait, hold on, James, hold on. Oh.
Ow!
Oh.
Yes, the whole crew is finally back. Anthony Wilson Jr., welcome back to the MCA, brother.
I'm trying to do. Oh, let's kick it up another notch in Vegas.
Did he actually get football this time?
Wait, are we? Wait, gotcha. I thought we were back in Vegas. I thought we was back in Vegas. I want to go back. I want to go back.
Back to the past.
God damn, he ain't dressed like he's in Vegas. What the fuck?
He had a bottle of Pine Sol. I don't think it's a joke anymore.
Man, I love this. Dude, Ganja, your volume is so perfect because I can't hear you. I love it. It's great.
Don't stop the pod. Don't
Wait,
stop.
can you guys hear us?
No, I can't hear Ganja at all. I don't know what's going on. Oh, now he's gone. Well, you know what, people? No, it's time. By the way, I like the new setup in your room. Maybe I didn't pay attention last time, but man, it looks clean in there, dude.
Oh, does it? Yeah, I recently cleaned it, and by cleaned it, I just threw everything to the left.
Oh, man. No, but people, yes, it's time once again for the Midnight Chat Attack. Anthony is back. He's acting really fucking weird. I don't know what Ganja gave him. I'm not digging it. This is fucking uncomfortable.
Don't stop believing.
Why do I feel like that's just urine because you didn't want to leave your room during like a fucking watch together or
If
something?
that's urine, you really need to go to the doctor.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's not just. It's the thing I lost in Gotcha. Why are we not back in Vegas?
Because we flew back, and can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, now
okay.
you're good now. You're good now.
Okay.
Hey,
All right,
goddamn.
so what I was saying, just don't hang out with me for 3 days straight in Vegas. You come back mentally ill like Anthony, apparently.
Oh, yeah. This is weird, though. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, so that's taking too long. But fucking,
No, good people, welcome. And welcome me and Gotcha back. You give us a warm welcome, or if
Yes,
you hate us, I really don't.
welcome.
If you really don't give a shit, you could just leave.
dude, why do you
But
have
welcome.
my Uncle Tito on your shirt, Ganja? What the fuck?
It's Joey Diaz. Respect him, man.
No, that motherfucker looks like every
Fuck
single
yourself.
Mexican uncle in the world. Like,
Hey, it's close. He's Cuban.
Is that racist? Or...
a little bit. But because it's coming from me, it's okay, you know?
This old book.
Oh, yes, the double standard we have in society.
Exactly. Just no one wants to argue with me because then I'll say racist shit to them. So, like, that's why no one calls me out on it. But
Also,
Anthony,
you
were
took
saying-
up the racial manual after I left. I'm so proud of you.
Exactly, yeah. I actually do it in private usually, but I decided to just come out in public with it. So,
Did you wear that mask you brought to the last meeting? Because that was amazing.
I know.
I like how it covered your whole face and went to a point. That was awesome.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's better than this mask I have right here, this avatar over here. But here's the thing, Anthony, you were saying something, sir, and actually, I don't know if you wanted to, but we should go over the itinerary as well for just people to come in and know what the fuck we're gonna be talking
You know
about
what?
tonight.
Do that now. Like, do
Okay,
that. Hey,
people.
take it.
Hey, man, well, people, like, tonight we're gonna be talking about DJ Khaled fucking up at EDC. That's a big thing because you guys were there and got to see it live, so that's hilarious. We're also gonna be talking about, I don't know if you guys saw this. I saw this on comicbook.com and a few other sites or whatever, but apparently Hulk and Wolverine combined is like, it's called like a Wolver Hulk or Hulkerine or something.
Hulkavine, man. Hulkavine.
Is that seriously the name or no? Or
No, fuck no, but I think it'd be hilarious.
It sounds like a desperate cash in to try to get their properties.
It
more
sounds like one
attention.
of those shitty like movies, like the Hulk came out and they needed like something that sounded like the Hulk, but they had to differentiate it for lawsuit purposes.
I wonder if like a comic book fan can help me in the chat. But it started with an A. I can't remember if they call it amalgamation or something like that, but it was like, it reminds me of that comic book series that they used to do. It was with DC and stuff like that. Like they had combined Batman and Wolverine, and it was like a series of them too. And it had like like I said, it started with an A, but that's what that kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, if you guys find out whatever, go ahead and post like the cover in the chat or something. Maybe we can talk about that for a second. And speaking of coming into the call and everything, I want to go ahead and welcome Allie Grow in the house. How you doing? Gee, damn, man. Anthony's on ragdoll physics.
You told me I had to go full Kermit in Las Vegas. It was very easy with tequila.
Jesus Christ.
Don't stop.
Oh my God. So hey, people, no, I'm gonna just keep it on Kathy Bates over here. No, and then on top of it,
I'm gonna break your fucking legs when I see you, Mr. BTS.
No, and then one more thing on the itinerary. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more of the stuff that we're gonna talk about, but apparently, people are flipping out over Grand Theft Auto 5. Talking about we can't use mods, blah blah.
Oh yeah, the wonderful mod support, and then we say fuck it to mod support.
Exactly, yeah. They're people are like, no, we want Bethesda again with amiibo support. Fuck you, like the whole thing.
Hey, GTA with amiibo support would be amazing. I'm just saying.
Imagine that, dude. Jesus Christ. But no, man. Aside from that, people, I'm not gonna show you the YouTube channel. I'm just gonna go straight into something. And Ganja, this is all you, sir. And I'm gonna go and put up on screen because I know you don't remember that shit by heart. Maybe you do. Do you?
I usually remember by heart, but I was fucking drunk this whole week, so please help me out. Remember one, newcomers, join the call first. We're all about those new people, so bring on those fresh new faces, and we'll get you on the call. So please PM me or Anthony, and we'll have it done. Rule number 2, do not talk over each other.
Chocolate milk!
Oh, goddamn. It is just plainly rude, and it ruins audio quality for later viewing, so please don't do that. Rule number 3, please no nudity. YouTube has a strict guidelines when it comes to titty, so please keep it in your shirt. Rule number 4, do not give anyone else the link. We have a planned show, and that comes who's on. Because we have special topics for you guys sometimes. We know how you guys like some shit, so we'll bring you on for those topics. Rule number 5, read the rules, and Alley Girl!
Don't be a dick.
Don't be. Oh, man, her mom's not in the room. This is awesome.
Well, I said the last part very quietly.
So it's like, don't be a...
She turns directly to her left. Her mother's just glaring at her. I heard you.
I heard you talking about the boy genitalia. What you doing with those boys on the internet?
Wow, that was not racist at all. Were you gonna say anything?
I was about to say thank you, Rashad. That's what it was. Thank you. I could not think of the name. I have blanked on that shit. Like I just said, we've been drunk for the last 3 days. We've been very intoxicated. So if we come back,
how fucked up are you?
We went to the first Taco Bell with the bar. So it's just like we're fucked up. So if we fuck up more than usual, you know why. But you know what? Get all of that side. Put the Patron away. Put all the rave music away. Put the slot machines away because it's been a while and it's gonna feel so good to say, but people, if you want to get inside the fucking call, I want you to look on the left side of your screen, right there on your computer screen, not on your fucking mobile. You can do that, but right on the left side of your screen, you're gonna see that box. It's gonna be blinking red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. Those 2 colors, I think they're primary colors. Also blue, but red and yellow, red and yellow. You click that box, it opens up. You see that Google Hangouts link, and you click that shit and hop inside the call in a very Vegas-like manner.
No, that doesn't make any sense. But here's the thing, though. Rashad's in the call, and man, I know you posted this in the chat. Is that what you're talking about? Algaman?
Yeah, I can't do.
Oh my God, is that looks like some shitty fan art that someone drew?
No, I remember it was like a series of that stuff like that. That was the only time that Batman and Marvel had kind of like crossed over in some kind of capacity. That was the only time. It was like
they did weird shit in the fucking 80s.
Yeah, but Rashad, do you know anything about this particular comic, man? Or you just knew the cover and knew what you was referring to?
I remember watching like a history lesson on it. Like I didn't even know that this shit existed until I think the History Channel did like this. Like, hey, let's review the history of comic books and all the shit that they went through, especially in the '80s. So this is one of the things that I really remember popping up because it's one of the things that they expressed about how the companies work together.
Yeah, because this shit is fucking cool, man. And I don't know what's going on in the chat. Jesus Christ.
You didn't see any.
Ignore it, man. It was porn, and we just wanted to get rid of it.
Oh, yeah. I fucked up bad.
Well, welcome to the MCA. Fucking shit.
All right.
Alrighty then. But anyways, yeah, man. So yeah, back to comic books. Fucking shit. This guy looks cool to me. I like doing that kind of stuff. The only thing that I have an issue with, and Will has told me a lot about the type of stuff too, because he actually has the actual action figures. He actually bought them. But apparently they do like Batman versus Terminator or Batman versus Punisher and all those weird things. That is such a silly fucking concept. Like, why would they be allowed to do things like that?
They do that a lot. I know Dark Horse, if I remember correctly, it was a Dark Horse or was it Image? I know Image does a lot of crossovers too, because like not too long ago, wasn't it like Archie and like the Predators and like
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Archie versus Predator, Archie versus Punisher, like that's.
And then it was like the Ghostbusters with the Ninja Turtles. So they do that shit a lot.
Wow.
Like Image does it a lot. Yeah, they do that shit a lot.
This is fucking silly, man. Come
Man,
on.
I really hope the CW does this, because that would make the series 10 times better if the
Predator just showed up.
The Predator just showed up in Riverdale.
I can picture it now.
I watch that.
Dude, Alan, just picture it. You know how they have the murder mystery going on? It's just Betty and Veronica, they walk through the forest after camping, and it's just silent. It's just silent. All you hear is this, and they took a corner, and you just see one of the like secondary characters just hang up and just scout. And that's how you start the Predator series.
So the murder mystery and the murderer is a predator.
And somehow we can include incest among the Predators.
Oh,
course, yes.
why?
Yeah, why?
Because that's the trend in TVs now, and we have to have brothers and sisters fuck.
No, here's another thing too, Allie. I know you've been talking shit. I'm sorry to throw this on you really quick, but it's like, man, every show you watch has incest at this point. It's like this is right up your alley.
Well, I don't know that it does.
I'm just saying. I've never seen more brother on sister action.
I don't actively go on Netflix and like, okay, shows with incest. I don't do that. It's
Wait,
like,
yeah, for real. She's like, Nick, I didn't know I liked it incest. It's news to me.
I don't. I didn't go into Hemlock Grove expecting there to be some sort of freaking incest.
I like how Allie's like, that's how the body works. You just don't know until you like it.
Just don't know. I really liked it, and I'm sorry.
It's not my fault. Like, all the TV shows aside, yeah, this is a new trend. Come on, you guys, Riverdale. We're watching Riverdale.
Is it weird that it feels good?
They found a way to put incest in there.
Wait, what?
No, like, on American Pie when he shouted out, "Is it weird that it feels good?"
Oh my god.
I'm just picturing Allie trying to watch a new show with us. All right, guys, I'll watch it on what condition? Do the brother and sister fuck?
No, actually, no, Gonzo, you know what you would do? No, Allie would say this, like, hey, did the sister and brother fuck?
And is there not mashed potatoes involved?
Hey, as anime has taught us all anime fans, incest is wincest. So you just put it under a rug. It's all fine.
Rashad, I know you like Anthony and everything, but you know that was some bullshit you just said.
Yeah,
right?
come on, Anthony.
Hey, fuck all of y'all. I got this Patron in my hands. Stop. Police.
I believe that's the first time he's heard that song, by the way, because he keeps singing it. It's like, oh man, I love that fucking song.
I love it.
Stop believing.
Anthony, you're like the drunk comedian that's like fucking on stage, just got his bottle, like, yeah, man, I'm here for 2 more minutes until security drags me off.
Anthony's like, I get paid by the hour, motherfucker.
I get paid if I get kicked out of this motherfucker.
Hey, guys, I'm like, liver, don't fail me now.
No, but moving on though, and I actually want to bring that up because I mean I know you guys are still kind of like woo, from the whole Las Vegas thing, but man, dude, like someone who's not woo is fucking DJ Khaled, and I brought that up, when we're starting the show and everything. What happened? Like, why is everyone like talking about this? Like, what's going on
The
here?
funny thing about it, Nick, is before the event even started, because EDC, for people that don't know, is the Electric Daisy Festival or concert, right?
Yeah, you got it right. It's an Electric Daisy Carnival.
Yeah, carnival. And pretty much it is like a big fucking carnival. Like, it's got carnival rides and all of these different stages that you can go to for different musical performances. But it's mostly EDM music and rave music. And like it's like dance music and stuff like that. So when you look at the itinerary, when me and Ganja was looking at it, we saw DJ Khaled's thing. We like, the fuck? This motherfucker doesn't even make like EDM music. Like, he makes rap and like other shit. He barely even makes music.
Like they gave because Drake actually showed up at EDC, but he has like a single with a DJ that's performing there, so it makes sense for him to show up to do like a guest appearance. He just showed up like, I'm DJ Khaled, I'm gonna make these kids rave.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he was playing his music. And the funny thing about it, I guess the DJ that he was with, you can actually hear it in some of the videos, but the DJ was literally like, hey, why they booing? What's going on? He was like, man, they don't want you, man. They don't want you. They literally booed his ass off stage. It's actually rumored that like his equipment actually got sabotaged. Like, they cut the fucking cord, but then again, God just said that whole stage was having issues anyway, so it probably wasn't really sabotaged.
Well,
just thought about that.
Oh, because from what I read up on it, Homeboy here actually showed up an hour late to his set and thought he could perform over someone else DJ's performing, and apparently a lot of the fans that were in the crowd were there for Yellow Claw, who was the DJ next. So he just set himself to catch up to L like a motherfucker. And the worst part is, we actually walked next to this travesty because me and Anthony were walking to, I think it was not Porter Robinson, it was Alice in Wonderland, because it was one of the DJs we were trying to check out. And as we're walking by this stage, all we hear is one music play after the next. 2 seconds go by, another music, another music. He was literally just hitting the skip button after 2 minutes, trying to hype up the crowd. So he was fucking up his own stage performance.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. It's just funny because DJ Khaled, man, like, I will give him this, whether or not he's silly, stupid, or he's a mean now, whatever. Like, the dude knows how to keep relevant. Like, that's a person where we should all kind of like get something or apply what he does to us, and maybe we'll make something better of ourselves.
I don't know about that, Nick, because he wasn't even keeping relevant where he was performing, because he kept shouting out California to the point that the audience yelled back, "We're in fucking Nevada!"
Oh, wait, he kept shouting out the wrong fucking state?
He was like, yo, Cali, put your hands up. Cali, let me hear y'all. Yo, Cali, are we at EDC? And someone said, fuck you, we're at Las Vegas.
No, Nick, like literally, this motherfucker literally pulled like a Mick Foley. Like, he was just like, shit, like, literally, like, oh, we're in Las Vegas right now. Like, to quote this motherfucker's phrase, motherfucker, you played yourself. It's like, seriously. Like, it was really bad. Like I said, it was no reason for him to be there. Like, all of these, EDM type artists and stuff like that, just like DJ Khaled and the like mixed bag of all of these artists. It's just like, motherfucker, why are you here? Like, I don't give a shit about DJ Khaled. So it's just like, I would have rather him like get replaced with somebody else. So
I think a big thing of it is too is like, people when they come to EDC, they're not going for the performances, I guess. I mean, people just want to go there, just have a good fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
true. Yeah.
Thinking about
we were guilty of that because we would go see like maybe like 4 or 3 DJs, but after that it was pretty much just go see who's playing.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it was just one of those situations where people are like, okay, like, we'll be okay with you playing like 2 songs, whatever, but if you're gonna keep staying on stage and boring the fuck out of us and no one's into you, and it's like an obligation now, like, someone paid you ahead of time, and it's like, okay, now I'm gonna be on here no matter what. It's almost like, man, okay, fuck you, get off the stage. I don't think people really hate him that much. I just think people are just like, dude, like, just why? We can do the radio.
And maybe like he actually did a good job. Maybe people weren't boo. And the funny thing about it is, I gotta give like news outlet. That just goes to show you that the news travels fucking fast. Because Ganja, me and 90s and y'all went to sleep for like only 3 hours at tops because we was partying like all that night. I'm telling you, the moment we got up, that shit was already trending everywhere. We like, holy fuck, we was just there. So like, news travels fast. So
really quick, I know this is random. I'm sorry to do this, but I'm looking over here at pictures of, for the show and everything, right? When the fuck did Tupac's head get that big? What the fuck?
He looks like one of the aliens from fucking Alien Covenant right now.
No, dude, he's gonna see no more. Dude, like another Tupac's head's gonna come out of his fucking mouth like Ron rapper shit. Like, I fucked up. See, I'm trying to make a joke and I fucked that shit up. Oh man,
you were off for that, man.
Yeah, you should have corrected me, Anthony. You're black. You should know. Like,
hey, I should know about Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah, of course. You like everything that's rap, right?
I like everything that's rap.
No, but it was a great time hanging out with Anthony in 90s, man. But y'all, everyone knows about 90s. Like, he has a certain kind of yellow fever that's going on.
Oh yeah.
So I end up getting. This is really bad of me, and if the guy ever watches the MCA, I apologize for this, man. I'm not usually like this. I was really fucked up. But me and 90s, we had got into the Uber and Lyft. And we're just joking around stuff about, his favorite type of women. And I'm like, yeah, 90s, you can find them all here. You can find them in China, Japan, Taiwan. I started going through the whole list of Asian countries. And to the point that, like, it was almost becoming derogatory at this point. Like, it was like I was going through a menu for him. Like, if you call this number 90s, we get Korean. And so finally we get to the hotel room, and the driver gets out. He opens the car, and I look in his face. It was some Asian dude. And I felt so guilty, man. For like an hour and a half, I just went off to the point that I gave the dude like a $20 tip, man. And 90s just kept busting my balls the whole weekend for that. Like, yeah, guys, that's why you gotta watch your mouth.
Wow. Yeah. Here's the thing, man. Like, I feel sorry because the thing is, when you guys first got over there, too, I don't know what you guys had planned or everything, but I feel like 90s is like, nah, man, I'm going to conquer every single Asian girl out there. Like, I'm going to do everything I can. Man,
Conquer.
Yeah, like them motherfuckers gonna come out like holding 2 championship belts and everything. Like, I don't know.
I feel bad that we kind of put him on Front Street. He's not even on the show to defend himself, but like he was like in a sense he was kind of like that. But the funny thing is, which is an ironic twist, you think when you go to these type of concerts, or whatever, you can pick up like not just like Asian, but just any women. You think that you'll see at least 1 or maybe 2 single women there that's just looking to have a good time. Right. No. Everybody there was in fucking couples. Like, holy shit. It actually kind of made me feel kind of good because I'm like, it's actually love for our generation. We can actually do it. But I'm just like, wow, that's actually kind of something. And the funny thing about it is, like, these dudes are actually kind of comfortable with their women just like Nick, pretty much naked. This is, EDC is pretty much the blue balls of Vegas. Like, just pretty much, it's like a whole bunch just ass out that you could just not touch and not grab. And the guys, they're perfectly okay with it. I'm
Ellie's like, I'll screen out. She's like, fucking.
I'm actually like I said, not even on a perverted level, but just like from a liberation level, just like, good job.
Well, dude, of course.
I was happy.
But see, even in 90s defense, though, like, of course I'm not going to be touching all the Asian girls. They want to get my ass kicked. Like, look over here. Like, this one girl is
Jackie Chan?
That is Jackie Chan, my friend.
I love that fucking dude. That whole thing was amazing, man.
That's back when video games were easier to give the rights away for stuff.
Oh yeah,
that is so fucking rad.
And to think the ESRB existed before that picture. Like,
are you for real?
Oh no, of course, yeah, because the Mortal Kombat thing, the whole thing. I won't get.
Oh, Mortal Kombat and Doom. And because of those games, the ESRB is real.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know. By the way, too, I guess, and Anthony, I don't know if you're reading the chat, but Dejan said, what did Anthony say you can do? Like, I think you accidentally said the wrong thing. Like, hey, you get to grab all the ass you can.
No,
or
I
something.
said you
like,
can't. Because you don't want to get a sexual assault charge or anything like that.
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
I'm just picturing one of our toasties now going to EDC. Anthony said I could grab it.
I'm like, no.
Local man yelled at the news saying that a friend of his said he could grab as much ass as he wants.
Local man.
It's literally equivalent. Like if someone got arrested, it'd be like, no, Anthony said can enter the chat through a sexual manner. Sexual manner. Like,
how the fuck are you getting arrested for that? What are you doing?
It would be like that one guy. It'd be like that one guy in that video. Hands off my penis. No, but the funny thing about it is, like, no, you cannot, because they're actually really nice people. Like, you'll feel like an asshole. And the funny thing about that is, I was telling 90s and Conja too, like, if they was there for that, you'll have better look back at the hotel, because they were just kind of like walking around up there. Like, EDC, the concert, like I said, ironically, was not the place to actually do that. Plus, in the fucking heat, that's the last thing you fucking worry about. Like people, we gonna be saying this. This is literally a catchphrase of the entire fucking trip. We were in the fucking desert, in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, literally, like, the Uber literally had to drive like a good 45 minutes to like this Las Vegas Speedway, and I didn't even realize it, but when it got like real daylight, because we partied like all the way to like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m., especially on the second night.
What are you talking about, 4 a.m., bitch? I saw 8 o'clock in the morning when we got home.
No, for real, we did. We partied like a lot, and then when we were coming back on the Uber on like the highway or whatever, all you see is just nothing but fucking desert. You don't see no buildings, no nothing. So if your ass got stranded, your ass better have some water. Like, seriously, because like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, like desert. Like, that shit actually kind of scared me too, because I'm like, man, hopefully nothing happened. And the fucked up thing about it is, I get it.
You're freaking out right now, and nothing happened.
I was like, dude, there's no fucking buildings around. I've never seen like outside of a fucking city.
He's having a PTSD moment.
No, I'm used to Metropolitan. No, but the funny thing about it is, like, I get it, because they don't want people to sneak alcohol into these events and stuff like that. They don't want you to get too drunk or whatever, even though people still do. But they literally have water. Like, if you bring water to the gate and security check it, they'll literally take that shit off and dump that shit out and be like, hey, water stations are inside. Go find one. I'm like, bitch, it's hot. We're in the desert. I need water. Fuck anything
Go
else.
to a water station.
No, I need water. I'm thirsty.
See, that's the difference between like people like that are like successful white people. Like you're just like, well, there's water stations. There's a rule. There's a thing you need to do.
That's the thing. Like I was literally next to somebody else in line, and they literally took her shit out. Like this black lady was just like, nope, water stations inside. Fuck this. So like. I was like, holy shit, your ass gonna be thirsty. So not even like figuratively, but literally in a literal sense.
Dejan was asking, by the way, too, who was driving Ganja? Because he's kind of worried.
No.
The car I posted actually was somebody else that the Las Vegas highway patrolman actually came across somewhere out in the desert. Apparently someone got too wasted at EDC and parked their car on top of a rock.
How?
Oh, what?
Did they reverse over? That's the only way I see that going is you reverse backwards and ended up on that rock.
I don't know. How do you say racist shit to an Asian driver for an hour and a half? Shit happens.
Wait, we had a security guard come to us laughing and shit, like a Latino security guard saying, hey, did y'all just come from that road over there? Because like the Uber had dropped us off. They was just like, yeah, people getting kidnapped over there. I'm like, you found that shit funny? Like, what the fuck? Why is there security all around the street right here? Why is it still dark over here? Like, what the fuck? So, we could have got kidnapped,
security
guys.
was too fucking loose. Man, do you remember when they caught me, Anthony, at one of the stages?
Yeah, like, he actually thought, like, I still believe that was a real security guard, but Ganja was like, no, that motherfucker not real.
No, he was a real security guard because I was looking for all the shirts, and he had the actual shirt of the company. But man, the way he walked up to me was like, "Hey man, put that out, or I'm escorting you out of the building." No, and I was like, "All right, man, hold on, let me just put it out." He's like, "Nah, man, never mind, just give it to me."
Yeah, he smoked that shit.
I was like, "No, you're not robbing me right now." He's like, "Yeah, give it to me, man." And he
Which
took off.
is kind of funny because 2 days before that, Nick had posted in the Google chat. He was like, the drugs that those 3 guys are doing right now, they're struggling cops' wet dream.
Yeah.
I had thought about that shit too.
Ganja, when you were born and you got to choose your stats, did you just put everything in a luck?
Oh, hell yeah.
How do you get away with this shit?
I saw it happen right before my eyes, Alan. I don't know.
I don't even know what to say, man. I just gave the joint and was like, "Please don't take me out of here. Bye."
But I will say this. Like, it's really not too much we can say about it. Like, we drunk and stuff like that. Things that you usually do in Vegas and stuff like that. But I will say it was a little bit of a culture shock because I love EDC, but the most fun part about the whole trip was just the city itself. Like, Las Vegas has a lot of personality, especially me coming from Cleveland, which is not country. It is kind of metropolitan, but stuff are a little bit more spread out. It's not like a bustling city like that. And let me ask you guys, too, when you actually go somewhere, you're not like, I'm talking about like when you guys first went somewhere, like went to like a new city or whatever. Then you kind of feel like you've accidentally kind of like took on, I guess, the identity of your city. Because when I went to Vegas or Austin, what put in perspective that I've become accustomed to the pace of my own city, if that makes any sense. Like, Cleveland is moderately slow. And then when we went to Las Vegas and all this shit is kind of fast, all these slot machines, all these lights, I'm just like, holy shit. Like, it actually like kind of like freaked me out a little bit because I'm just like, it's such a culture shock, such a change of pace from where I'm from that it's just like, I never really realized that because I'm like so ready to move out my city, so ready to go somewhere like Arizona and stuff like that. But it was just like, I don't know if I'm ready for the speeds of these cities.
Well, the thing is, like, it's a routine that you're actually like jumping right in the middle of because it's like a gear or like some kind of mechanical thing where like they're doing shit like with or without you. So when you jump in, you're just part of the program. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like Allie, let me ask you. I know it has to be a really change of pace, like considering that you go from Charlotte to New York. Like that has to be like a really like dramatic shift.
Oh yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, like. Of course, I'm used to it because, I'm there all the time. But, like, if someone was just for the first time experiencing New York, it would be a culture shock. Because just, like, if you're driving there first off, oh, my God. Yeah. Like, good luck to you because crazy New York. Like, first off, the actual roads are horrendous. Like, we're talking about really just lazily, like, filling up potholes, so they'll just be like holes in the freaking road, and like it's like the construction crew, like they just are like, okay, let's just get this done really quickly. They don't do it properly, so it's just like when you're like traveling, especially like in the city, it's just like that's basically how it is. And then it's like you can't even go really the speed limit because if you do, it'll kind of tear up your car. So it's like, so then you have like people who either go extremely fast or you'll have people that go like 20 miles an hour in like 55. So it's like never between. It's always like either or. And then like, of course, just going and like if you're in Manhattan or like any borough in New York City, it's just like, it's very just fast paced. Everyone's just like, I don't care what you're doing. I want to get to my destination, whatever. Like you could be stabbed in the street. People will be like, officer, like, hey, I think we have a problem over here. That's it. And that's like on a good day. If someone will even meant like, because people could just like, homeless people, there's a ton in Manhattan. And so like, they could just take a crap right in front of you. You'd be like, oh, well.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. Because it's always moving, you know?
Like, the best part was watching you get insulted because of the fucking Cavaliers game.
Wait, what'd you say, Ganja?
When everybody was trying to give you some shit for LeBron.
Yeah, because like soon like it seemed like I should have might as well just had like a big ass target on my fucking head. Like as soon as I said Cleveland, because people were just like, oh yeah, you came from Cleveland, right? They beat your ass. I'm like, I don't give a shit about sports.
Everyone likes sports. Everyone collectively just loves the same sport. It's like, no. Why do I care?
It's a bigger deal in Las Vegas too because everybody wants to bet on it because they have a bunch of rich people go over there and are like, like, what can I spend money on? Oh, sports, because there's only two fucking options. So.
Which is kind of funny because it was like that was actually another culture shock. Just talking to some of the Uber drivers was like some of the best experience. Just hearing about the actual city and how they really don't put much money into education. Like another catchphrase of the goddamn trip was, "The kids are fucking dumb." Like it was one Uber driver that just kept saying it. He's like, "These kids are stupid. They don't go to fucking school around here." Like, can you blame them? And like Las Vegas itself doesn't put a lot of money into education and stuff like that. So it's just like, damn, that's just really fascinating to hear shit like that from a different perspective from hearing locals and shit like that. So I totally recommend going to Vegas. Like I really recommend, like, come on now, it's Vegas. So
definitely go when you're 21 or older. Just because for like a long time, I've been to Vegas several times. And it's always been when I'm like, it was all like when I was under 21. So like, looking at it from that perspective, yes, you can go to shows like Cirque du Soleil or whatever like that, but like otherwise, you're gonna be extremely bored.
The problem with Well, no, the thing I was gonna say was the problem with Las Vegas is like everyone's such a gold digger and everyone's such a fucking like dog. It's a dog eat dog place. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone wants to succeed. And the thing that's scary about that is, especially like nowadays, especially with our political like environment and whatnot, I don't think you should go over there because you might get fucking stabbed by a pregnant lady. So
this is the greatest news story I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and this picture, I love this picture. Why are you trying to sell? Like, it's just.
Wait, no, scroll up. Like Nick, we have to see the key word. Accidentally passed a law.
What?
Like, I love that.
As a Canadian looking at American politics, this is the greatest news story I've ever heard in my entire fucking life because it proves grammar is still important.
No, like
yes,
it seems like
telling you, man.
About the story a little bit than we do, Alan. Can you please elaborate? Like, give us a summary of like how this actually happened.
Yeah, so what happened is there's a lot of issues with fetuses and if they're considered life or not. So what happens in New Hampshire, what they want to do is they want to kind of clarify the law because they want to see whether or not a fetus is a person, because that's really controversial of like, if a fetus dies, is that considered murder or is that simply just, a death of an organism? So they wanted to make it so that if it's 20 weeks old, it's considered like if you kill it, it's manslaughter, murder, all that kind of stuff. But they wanted to make it so that if a woman got an abortion, that she wouldn't actually get arrested for murder because they wanted to make sure that existed there. But the problem with the spelling is they basically stated that any act that a woman does while pregnant is considered legal, and in cases of second-degree murder or manslaughter or neglected homicide are considered legal. The problem is they don't specify that it's a fetus, so they basically say that as long as a woman's pregnant, she can murder somebody and it'll be okay. She just go out and murder
dudes with baby mamas just disappear from the chat and they're going to buy a gun.
No, no, fuck that ganja. I think they actually literally moved to Vegas. It was like,
Some people boarding up their houses because like women are just gonna go around with machine guns and being pregnant, going fuck this.
Dude, I just picture some baby mama that's been trying to get her fucking money for like the longest, calling up her daddy. Like, hey man, you know they just passed a law. I can stab your ass. You better pay me by Friday. I'll see you.
And dude, I love this. I love this so much. Over here it says Democrats had called for a hearing on the issue, saying it was too notable for the bill to proceed without further discussion.
Well, yeah.
Hey, I fucking hate Democrats sometimes. I wish they'd just be honest. This bill's fucking crazy. What are y'all doing?
See, this is the thing that you notice is people keep giving shit to Republicans or to Democrats on either side. Both parties are stupid for letting this shit happen.
One party's making it legal for pregnant women to kill. The other party's like, hey man, we need to debate this.
what the fuck are they like? Not like they're like justice and shit. Like they just get like a newspaper. Oh, that's not nice. No, we gotta change that.
No, and it's funny, dude.
Really
There's literally a tweet that says, and this is so perfect because like Paige Sutherland, I don't know who the fuck she is, but she said things just said on New Hampshire House floor to make sure pregnant women don't go around killing people. like, I can't fucking believe that that's actually a term probably that's being said. This is very important.
I'm curious on how did they notice this? Did they? Because somebody had to read this. Like the fact that they passed it, somebody's job was to read this, to pass this into law, and to make sure that people understood it. At what point did they realize, oh shit, we fucked up. We fucked up real bad, Morty. We gotta go back.
That's the irony too, because the whole law is for them to prevent murder, but they accidentally allowed you to murder people. So it's just like you kind of just negated everything. You should have just wrote the law anyway. Like you made it worse.
Somebody
like,
needs to get fired for this.
Yeah, exactly.
No, someone needs to have a public like put them in the stockings and have people throw fruit at them. Just embarrass the fuck out of them because it's the only way to make them remember.
Oh my god, man.
Or they actually have a pregnant woman kill them. No.
I think at least Republicans get their laws passed, man. The Democrats don't do shit.
Some meth head was like, "Oh boy, we're going on murder spree tonight."
Wait, why do they sound like that?
I don't know what New Hampshire sounds like. I just
You just made them sound like Southern like gator captors. Like, oh, we finna go down and catch you some pregnant women, make them murder.
I like how Alan thinks the Duck Dynasty are meth heads.
That would explain a lot.
Oh my god, there were so many stereotypes in that statement. I don't know where to go.
This motherfucker got the information from GTA 5.
He thinks anyone past the Mason Disc line is just Trevor.
Hey, I can do like 3 accents, and that's one of them.
Hey, Alan, you can use more mods in order to step you through.
Oh, really? You gonna throw that pun in there?
Yeah, Anthony, you really just took that L and just put it on your fucking head. Like, I'll take this.
Fine, he took the bullet for me.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy.
A bullet? That bitch took fucking a grenade, man. That shit's blown up.
No, but the thing, you know what's kind of scary, though? I'm kind of worried because, Rashad, you right now, you're like, being a dad to an extent right now, right? Is that still going on?
Oh,
shit.
I'll leave it there.
Okay, no, actually, dude, no, dude, that's a sign. That's a sign because I'm telling you, dude, like with this whole thing going on right now, you don't want to get her pregnant and then fucking have her chasing you. She's waiting there at the door when you get home from work, like, "Hey, Rashad, how you doing?" Like,
hey, Rashad, you need some of this Ciroc, man. It's okay. Just take a shot. It'll be all better in the morning. Just take 2 shots. You'll be fine.
The other kid's holding Rashad down. All right, Mom, is this like a real game of operations?
But that's the thing, like, no, like, that's a big sign, dude. I think you made the right decision. But speaking of that too, because we got a community question about that. I'm trying to do like somewhat of a little segue there. And yeah, this is actually from Jordan, which is actually a pretty cool question. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, we won't get too deep with it and everything. And if we do, it's good to start off all hype. Let's get to our emotional thing, because Anthony loves it.
Let's find our hearts. Let's locate it. I think mine is right here.
No, that's your titty. No, but here we go. Go ahead and read that, Anthony.
In this context of this question, too, I didn't want to put all of it on here, but he pretty much asks, have you ever experienced real-life foreshadowing? And like I said, the context is, and don't freak out, he's in the chat, he's fine, he's posting memes and stuff like that, but Jordan was recently in a car accident. And he actually showed me both cars, too, and it looks pretty fucking total. So, dude, I really hope that you actually get your car fixed. Thank God that you're actually safe and sound, everything's fine. But the crazy thing about it is when he said he actually got into the car accident like 2 weeks prior, I think a week prior, he said his dad actually called him like really worried and stuff like that and said, "Oh, I heard you got into a car accident. Are you fine?" Jordan was just like, "No, I haven't gotten into a car accident. I'm actually okay." So, and then the following week, he got into a car accident. So that pretty much just says something like that, like foreshadowing. I have a story to this, but I don't know if it's like quite foreshadowing or just using my fucking common sense. But the fact is let's say it was this girl in high school and stuff like that, and me and her like wasn't like really talking. We was actually kind of just friends and stuff like that. And I invited her over to watch Harry Potter and play like some wrestling games at the time. And she had locked my door, and we actually had started making out. And my mom always warned me like prior. She was like, "That girl way too fast. She gonna end up pregnant. She gonna end up pregnancy too much." It's like, mark my word. And the funny thing about it is like when she locked my door, and like it's kind of funny because I always like, yeah, my brother cock blocked me. But like now thinking about it in retrospect, I'm like, thank God he did that. But he kind of had told my mom, and my mom had called us both down the stairs. Cause pretty much I remember this shit like it was yesterday. But my mom was just like, "Ain't gonna be no fucking up in here. You ain't gonna give my son to no shit." So that's pretty much how that like. I think I went talking to her for like 2 weeks and stuff like that. I think I had like stopped talking to her because I think I had moved went to homeschool at the time or something like that. I think about one month later. Tell me why I seen her on an RTA bus or public transportation. She was actually pregnant with her second child, like already. Jeez. I was just like, holy shit, I dodged a bullet.
But damn, that's a little fast for 2 kids. Like, you sure she didn't get like attacked by an alien or some shit, like a face hugger? Like, what the fuck?
Wait, hold on. Question: When she closed the door and closed your bedroom door and locked the door, did she already have the first?
What?
Yeah, like,
no,
really
like
have a kid?
that's the thing. Like, she must have been not wasting time. Like, I was like, what the fuck? So
well, income tax ain't no joke, son.
Like I said, beats me. Yeah. So it was just like I said, all I know is like as soon as I seen that shit, the fucked up thing about it, she seemed like she was really depressed about it, which is kind of funny because my mom was trying to warn her and me. She was just like, "Hey, you don't want to do that. You're being too fast right now. You want to slow your damn roll." But like I said, I seen her on that damn bus, pregnant with her second child, and she was just miserable and looked just tired. I'm just like, well, I got the bullet.
So, you just want to
that's not even foreshadowing. That's your mom being like, "Hey,
exactly.
that's fucking 1 + 1 equals fucking 3 or 2."
That's more listening to my fucking mother and having common sense. So yeah,
that ain't no foreshadowing. We gotta watch the Final Destination. Like that's
exactly.
Like that's equivalent of like that's like equivalent if Jordan said the same thing like, "Hey man, like I had some really bad foreshadowing when I got in a car wreck. There was a red light and I didn't stop."
I didn't stop.
I had a premonition.
I was listening to my mind and these thoughts, man. I don't know, man. I'm so smart.
Damn, I'm having a flashback to me and him in Vegas right now.
Oh, man.
No, but anybody else though? Like Rashad, like, do you have a thing where you kept watching videos of fucking diaper commercials or something, and then?
God damn it!
No, hell no. No, mine is actually a little bit similar. Like it was one night, like the day before, like I was watching the news and they were talking about somebody like being in this massive car accident, and it was bad. Like it happened on the highway. It was pretty bad. Off day, so I'm just running around doing shit, and not one, not two, but 3 times I almost got hit. One time I was just walking across the street, and somebody was on their cell phone, not paying attention, and they just almost ran into me. I basically had to put my foot on their fucking hood of their car to get them to stop. And then the next 2 times, like the second time happened while I was basically just trying to go across the street to grab something to eat, and I barely dodged them. And the very last time I almost got ran over. Well, no, this time I got hit, but it wasn't bad. I was coming down the street. I was coming home. I was on my own fucking street coming home, and somebody parked on the side of the street, didn't pay attention to me coming down the street, so they just came, like they were parked, coming out and just hit me in the driver's side.
Damn, man. Are you
So,
trying to piss it? Like,
yeah.
Was he trying to like call you on the radio? Like, hey, Candy Cane. Like, fucking shit.
Yeah, it just turns into Final Destination 3. Like the song starts playing on the radio, like for some fucking reason. Like I don't know what was going on that day, but I was just so fucking pissed. By the time I made it home, I was just like, you know what? I'm not going any fucking where
Every
else.
time
I'm just gonna
Rashad
stay.
tries to find a pickup truck with shit in the back, he just starts doing the Lord's Prayer. In the name of Jesus Christ, please protect me. As I walk
Rashad
inside your
short
garden.
Is Rashad short for John Connor, man? Like, if they're trying to come back from the future to kill you, that's the only explanation I can think of.
Oh
I
my
have no
God.
idea what the fuck was going on that day. They all happened in one day, and let you know, this didn't happen like during like a string of hours. This happened within like I want to say 4 or 5 hours apart from each other. So by the time I got home, I just wanted to stay there.
Just get a blanket and a pillow and be like, the world can't hurt me in here.
Why the fuck did you make that Terminator reference? Why did I get like I get that like visual of Rashad like in fucking Terminator 2, like in Cyberdyne with the button and shit.
Almost like
How many times can you hit by a
this.
car in one day? Like,
Oh my God.
So
Man,
fucked up.
that reminds me. Man, that's kind of like almost my story I have.
You got chased by killer robots?
No, but the whole car thing. The car accident seems to be a theme
apparently.
going on with this foreshadowing. I have two. First one is pretty quick. My mom, she originally had a Honda Odyssey, which is like a van, and it was time to, give it up, and she wanted to get into something smaller, so she got a CRV, and it was like a 2009 or something like that. I think it was 2010 CRV. And it was like a really nice blue color. It wasn't like, didn't have all the nice stuff in it like the Odyssey did, but it was like a nice little car to sip around in. For some reason though, I had like this inkling that this car would not stick around for long. I didn't realize like my thoughts, like it can't be, she'll probably just upgrade again or something like that, get something that's maybe has more features or whatever. And then, so the one day, it was Sunday, and my mom was like, okay, I'm going to church. So I had this horrible feeling in my gut. Like, I feel like something bad's going to happen. And let alone, my mom called me like an hour or two later and said that I was in a car accident.
Oh, wow.
So this guy, he was 21, had his truck, and he was celebrating his birthday. He just had his birthday, and basically he was pretty much drunk driving because he had open containers in his car and everything.
Oh, shit.
So he hit the back of my mom's car. She was at the stoplight, she was waiting to turn, and he just hit right into the back of her car. So she was fine. She had definitely some more back problems. She had a car accident in the 80s. She was originally a tennis player, professional tennis player, and she had to retire from that because she got into that car accident. But she was still kind of suffering. She always kind of suffered from that what happened with her back from that time. So like this just reiterated that and made it worse. So she had really a lot of back problems afterwards, but at least she walked away from it, which is the important thing. No broken bones, hardly any bruising or anything like that. But yeah, the car was basically total. It was bad. Like the car definitely protected her. I have to say, Hondas are amazing cars for car accidents, but yeah, she couldn't drive it. So she ended up getting a new car. So like that was kind of like a premonition, or like, like, oh, I feel like this car is not going to stick around. So unfortunately, it was not in a good way. But yeah.
The thing is, it's great you brought this story because we actually have an insurance agent here. He can help you out. So I mean,
or a Jehovah's Witness, depending on your opinion.
Hey, all y'all wrong. He's selling Bibles.
No, I have one more. I will have one more to say. This one's like me personally. I know, like you guys have kind of heard me talk about me almost getting into near car accidents.
Oh yeah.
You guys have heard that, right? Yeah, I talk about it all the time. I'm like,
when you
guys.
Talk, do you mean a lot of vulgar language, like this motherfucker almost hit me? Yeah! I wish this dude would follow the road.
It was never my fault. It was always some stupid freaking person deciding that they're gonna be a daredevil and just like.
Sure it was.
Yeah. I'm a safe driver. Okay? I've been driving for years.
While she's in the car, she gets angry in the fucking car.
I can't wait to ride with her at an anniversary party.
You know what? It's like I understand how trolls feel on the internet now. It's like you get to hide behind your car, like you hide behind the keyboard, you get to type whatever, And like, cause like you're talking to someone that basically like it has no face. So it's like when you're looking at a car, you don't look at a person inside that car. So like you don't humanize the person. So you're just like, you're just like angry. You're just angry on the road when you see someone that's just acting reckless because they can get other people like they can kill someone, if they're not careful. So yeah, I get angry at that because I mean, like it's not the other person's fault. They decided they're gonna be stupid and go 95 miles per hour in like a 55, Yeah. But anyway, so the whole thing with my second thing is that like I have a car and it's definitely not a terrible car. I'm really grateful to have it. But I've kind of always resented my dad a little bit. I've told the story before that my dad, he gave me the option of either getting a Mazda CX-3, which is, again, like a really nice car, or a Mini Cooper. I have loved the Mini Coopers for like so many years. He gave me this opportunity like, oh my goodness, I can own one. This is great. Okay, Dad, I want a Mini Cooper. No, you're getting a Mazda. Like, why did you give me the choice, in the first place? So I've always kind of like resented my dad a little bit. And the car itself, like, I wanted a Mini Cooper. Man, I'm having so much problems in this car. Like, the car is not perfect at all. It has some weird quirks about it. It gets me places, but like, I wish it could, like have a cup holder that was higher.
And in your defense, that son of a bitch, why did he get this for you? How dare he?
I told you.
It's so awful.
I told you, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it. But like there are problems like the pickup is really terrible. It's like you like go forward and it's like it's really I'm serious, that's how the car is. It's like but anyway, yeah, I've grown to really love the car, but still like it's been a rocky road. I'll like it and then I won't, and I'll freaking hate it. It does something really odd. Then I'm like, why did you do this? And then I'll freaking hate the car for a week. But anyway, I've had so many near car accident misses that it's like, oh my God. It's like the car is trying to, like, something in the universe is trying to get me to get into a car accident. It's like, I wanted a Mini Cooper, but I didn't want it this way.
Okay, I'm just saying,
you know what I mean?
I'm going to say some dickish shit, and I apologize.
I know.
I apologize.
It's okay.
But Anthony, Ganja, Ellen, you guys realize what's happening here, right? She keeps keeps saying something where she's like, "Hey, like I don't know what it is. I almost died here. I almost died there. I mean, it's the car. It's the universe. It's totally not fucking me." Like,
no, don't you dare, Nick.
She crashed that car to get herself.
Turn them not back on.
Man, half y'all in this call can't even freaking drive.
You haven't seen me out
now.
How Allie's doing right now is how she yelled in her car.
Yep.
I've been driving for a long time, okay? My mom is a very safe driver. My dad, he drives like a New Yorker, but he's still safe, but he still drives a little bit interesting.
What's that mean?
I'm much more, like, I drive like my dad. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I drive very not regressively, defensively.
Jesus Christ, see what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, she drives defensively.
No.
It's like
I drive defensively. Like, if there's traffic, if something's happening, I'm gonna get in the next lane super fast. So like, get out of the way or whatever. Like I just have good reflexes.
She
Sorry,
committed like 5 hit and runs, guys. It's fine. She's a safe driver.
Dude, why are you guys saying I'm not? Trust me. I am a very safe driver. My insurance says so. Like, I can show you paperwork. No, but like, it first started when like. So, I was. You guys twist everything. I'm telling you, I am a safe driver. There's some crazy people on the road. You have to drive defensively because there's some people who don't know.
Drive defensively
drive
is something they say in a game where you have to like shoot people while you're driving.
Why are you defending yourself like we work for Geico?
Not even Geico. They drive defensively like you're ready for an attack or something.
Exactly, because there are people who are crazy. They will cut you off. You have to be prepared.
On
you
the mean
wouldn't know
streets
because
of
you don't
Charlotte.
drive. You wouldn't know.
On the mean streets of Charlotte.
No, I'm serious. People in Charlotte do not know how to drive. I'm telling you, they don't. They don't know how to drive. So it's like you have to drive defensively. There are going to be some stupid people.
Hey, they have to be better.
This is gonna upgrade to preemptive driving. She's just gonna move people off the road to stop them from hitting her in the future.
I'm telling you, it's not my fault. I was okay. The first time, I'm telling you, the first time I literally was was just merging onto the highway, and this car decides it's going to go 80 miles per hour, cut on the right side, knowing the fact that I'm going to merge over. He decides, like, zoom, and I barely freaking hit him. It's not my fault because I was merged. Like, I couldn't go any farther. But the guy's like, yeah, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to just go faster to not let me in for some reason. So, like, sorry. And then also, I freaking, like, was just at a red light. Okay? There's a left lane that this car behind me was trying to get over in, and she decides she's going to go up on the freaking divider and try to go to get into the left lane, and she ends up scratching my car. It's not my fault. That person decides that they're going to be impatient, not wait for the light to change so they can go into the lane. Like, legally, they decide they're just going to...
This is great.
I'm done.
The question was, which driving accidents did you almost avoid?
No, actually, her foreshadowing was she was playing Twisted Metal.
No, but I swear, I swear, like something in the universe is like, oh, you want that mini? Oh, you're almost gonna get one. Like, I don't want it this way. I'll just wait for 2 years. It's no problem.
You asked for a mini. You didn't know you were getting a hearse.
Seriously, it's not my fault. Though, I'm telling you, it's not my fault. Some crazy people, they decide like, oh, I'm gonna just park over on the highway, and they decide to just merge and not watch my rear view mirror to see if a car is coming. It's not my fault.
No,
they're not even putting on a freaking turning signal to let everyone know, hey, I'm about to get back on the highway. No, he just cuts right in front of me going 20 miles per hour while I'm going 65. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Allie, it's all right. As your insurance agent, I will tell them that it was not your fault or it was not your responsibility. You would have no problem with your insurance points. It would not go up, honey. Call me later. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're in good hands.
I don't have State Farm. They suck.
With 3 glasses. Oh my god.
3 glasses.
No, you know, don't be happy though that like this is not happening with your Mini Coupe, because then you're gonna be more fucking pissed off. Like you need to, whatever's going on.
True.
Yeah, whatever's going on, you need to like take care of that before you get that other car, because that's gonna be some really.
That's not me though.
No, I mean,
why do you keep acting like I'm the one?
No, I'm saying go to church or something. I don't know, get an exorcist, a driving exorcist.
My mom went to church and she had someone hit her from behind.
That's because you didn't buy your Bibles from Justin.
Dude, if what she's saying is true, then she already has enough divine intervention if she's avoiding these car crashes.
Yes, that's the best thing I can see is I've had a lot of luck avoiding these car accidents. Okay.
Jordan in the car.
No! I swear to God, no.
No, I actually have one more, like, foreshadowing too, and I think I actually told the story on the show before. But like again, my mom with the instincts. Maybe she's connected to the universe or some shit. So I don't know. But I remember when we was back in our old house, when we back used to live down the way, she would always tell us not to go right down the street. She would always tell us like it was this long street, and she would always say, "Don't go down there. I don't care what the corner store. I don't care if you want to get snacks. Go to like the other corner store right down the other street. Do not go down this left street." And short story is pretty much. I don't even think you guys are aware of this, but. You guys heard of the Cleveland Strangler known as Anthony Sowell? Well, pretty much like he was like this big strangler that was actually killing prostitutes and stuff like that on our street, and he was doing that shit. Oh, but the fucked up thing about it was like he was actually like hiding out in this house for like some years too. From like came from the Navy, hid out in this house for like a long ass time. And apparently that's what my mom just had this feeling. She was just telling us not to go down the street because this guy, Anthony Sowell, was down there killing people and kidnapping people. So, again, mothers with the save. So,
yeah, I think he also liked Galatians.
That is fucked up and you know it. But I love it.
That's so fucked up, God is not even laughing.
I loved it. What you talking about? I give it a pause.
Oh, God damn it. See, this is what happens. I do enable it.
God didn't approve it. Meanwhile, God just got a big sign saying, I love this shit.
Like, that is so fucked up that, Nick, you got to put the camera on me. I got to take off my glasses in slow motion.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't indulge him. Man, you look old.
Well, you know how Alan feels about this friendship.
Hey, I
so
Get out, everybody.
I'm sorry, Anthony. I'm sorry.
Is he crying?
I feel terrible. I was that as a joke. Now it looks like I destroyed his life.
You broke
Hey,
me again. Good
Anthony,
job.
you old as fuck, bro. But you're my homie.
Man, even the fucking Cleveland Strangler's like, damn, man, it's fucked up.
Are you for real?
Are y'all sure y'all homies?
Sorry, out of all the shit that you guys have said to me, I make one small thing and suddenly I'm fucking crucified.
Oh, I can't continue this fucking show.
Oh my god!
Hey, do you want me to go with my permission while you cover?
No, hey Justin, yeah, listen, foreshadowing, man.
Okay, so I came in late. So this is just foreshadowing of death or foreshadowing of
Oh yeah,
death?
foreshadowing of any again, like going back to Jordan's questions, pretty much. Have you ever experienced real life foreshadowing? Again, to reiterate, Jordan had went through a car crash. He's actually fine. He's safe. But before that, like a week before, his father actually thought he was in a car crash already. So it was kind of like pretty much like a warning or whatever. But like, you ever experienced anything like that, Justin?
Well, I mean, you know me, I'm the religious guy here. I believe in the spirit being able to prompt you, kind of thing. I do believe that you can be alerted of things. There was, you know, this is one thing that this is going to be less dramatic than whatever Ali and Anthony were saying about. But when I was on my mission in England, there was a time when I was very, very nervous as a missionary. You know, I was worried about being able to do my job. I was worried about. What?
What?
I don't know
Your fucking children ignore us. Continue, just.
You need Jesus. No, but anyways,
No, you need doggy style.
What?
I honestly don't know what the fuck they're laughing.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Continue. Please continue.
Okay. You know what? Okay, so basically, the story was now I'm distracted. So I was trying to talk to people on the street, and I had a moment of foreshadowing, almost a direct thought in my head that says, the next person that you talk to, you know, like, is going to be the person you immediately turn around and talk to the first person you see. And that's like a very clear impression I had in my head of a foreshadowing a moment. And I turned around and talked to the first person I saw, and that person was someone who had actually been wanting to talk to missionaries, and we organized a time to be able to meet up. So like literally that moment of a premonition almost of like, talk to this person right now I had. That was really, really cool for me.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that wasn't so deep. But
Thank you for having the most sane one.
Yeah, I don't have any crazy stories. I mean, I've had near-death stories too, at least on a couple occasions, but nothing foreshadowing like, Final Destination style, like apparently Allie does.
Yeah,
she is the final destination.
I'm like, you motherfuckers, man. You motherfuckers. God damn it.
Justin, you might have missed it, but the way you were describing it's like, yeah, man, it was, I was really nervous. It's my first time in missionary. And we are fucking children.
Oh, that's what you fucking guys were laughing at. God damn it.
We are children. I'm sorry.
I didn't even catch that. God
No,
damn.
I like the funny thing about it. As soon as he said missionary, I was like, no.
I just got back from baptizing somebody. My mind is not in the right state for that.
Nah.
So.
I was baptizing my buddy in a pool full of liquor too.
Yeah, no, but I'm totally serious. I just performed a baptism, so I am super in a high mood right now.
Nice,
So.
man. I feel the spirit radiating from you, Justin.
I know he still has electricity on his hands and shit. He's like, oh yeah, woo! Like,
woo!
I have the power.
Yeah, like I just had sex.
You know what?
hey, man,
You know what,
And it feels
missionary.
so good.
You know what, Justin, since you're the movie man here, you can actually get us started off and actually get your opinions about them changing directors for the upcoming Han Solo movie. Apparently, Ron Howard actually got fired. Ron Howard, right? He was the one that actually got fired.
Wait, what was that name?
Oh, he steps up.
Pondered.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was the one that actually got switched. But yeah, no, give your opinions about this, Justin. What do you think? Because I actually think this is a good move. Like, granted, I actually wanted to see what's the name's take on it, but you know what? Ron Howard can't be too bad. So, like, what do you think, Justin?
Okay, so I talked about this actually in my UGO podcast this week. We had a little news segment, but basically, I'm not angry about this. From the stories I'm hearing, it sounded like Phil Lord and Chris Miller were just a bad fit for this movie in general. Like, I'm sure it would be nice that they assumed that, like, hey, these guys made, successful comedies. They've done well financially in this case, and they might bring something new to the Star Wars table. But I think what they were getting into until it was already too late. So it's like, yeah, Phil Lord and Chris Miller really know comedy, but they know their comedy. They don't make Star Wars films. They make Lord and Miller films. So based on the rumors I was hearing, it's like, yeah, they were doing a lot of that kind of new age comedy riffing stuff where it's like, oh yeah, the actors, they can just improvise whatever lines they want. We'll keep the best script. The best version. And from what it sounded like, Kathleen Kennedy, the person in charge, was not happy with that. It was like, no, Lawrence Kasdan wrote the script, used the script that he wrote. This is something that we're trying to work with here. And apparently just got to the point where they couldn't deal with it anymore. They had to fire them. So Ron Howard, he was not the person I thought to replace them. Like, just.
Well, I was going to ask you, like, are you a fan of him in general?
It's been a while since he's made a great movie. Like,
what happened to your internet?
Did you fall out of your chair during that?
Hold on, let me take out the CD and put it back in. Let me wipe it down.
Yeah, because like I'm really like thinking about like all of his movies that he actually did. The only memorable one that comes to mind is
Sorry.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Honestly, man,
Dude,
Justin, Alina, come back for some reason. Your internet's messing up, so it sounds like we're putting skip on a CD player.
Yeah, it's like you're a DJ. Like you're like DJ Khaled's fucking dude in the background.
Oh, ain't that bad. Oh.
Well, anyway, Anthony, you're saying like
no, like the only memorable one I can actually think of is Apollo 13.
Actually, he also did Ransom.
Yeah, no, he's actually done quite a few movies. He did Cocoon way back in the day. He did Apollo 13. He did A Beautiful Mind. He did Rush. Ross Nixon.
But
yeah,
in the last 10 years, he hasn't done anything like. Yeah.
Well, Rush was 2013, and that's a great movie that nobody saw.
Well, actually, in The Heart of the Sea, right? Didn't he do the whole?
Oh yeah, the Moby
Rush
Dick.
was amazing. Rush was one of my favorite movies that year. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
yeah.
Too,
Like,
that was a really good. He did a really good job with that movie. Like I don't really like movies like that. I don't really like the whole like, especially if it's like based off of truth, like Moby Dick story, whatever the fuck.
Sure.
Like, I find that stuff boring.
Yeah.
But that movie really got me. I was like, holy shit! And then Chris, the Thor, like what's his name?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, he did a great job in that fucking movie, dude. Like.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good. I the whole sports rival thing, because I was at first I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of saw it on the cheap day. I'm like, man, I love this because like they're rivals, but they're also friends. So it's like it was really enjoyable movie.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, with that, I mean, I just feel like maybe he's on some kind of adrenaline thing, or maybe he's on the incline of quality. Maybe we'll get something really nice with this. I mean, I don't know, because Han Solo, the movie,
it feels like
Oh, go ahead, Justin.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, it feels like it's back and forth Ron Howard. Like, for every really great film, he'll do then a Da Vinci Code movie. So it's like,
hey,
okay,
those movies aren't nearly as bad as everyone says they are.
No, they're not.
They're actually
but,
much worse.
He has his highs and lows. So hopefully this is a high.
Like, and it's interesting that you say that too, Justin, because you said they know how to make their type of comedy. Granted, I feel like they was hired for the project because they wanted to implement that little bit of humor into this movie. Because like when you actually think about it, Rogue One was actually a little bit dire. I know a lot of people
going for though.
Yeah.
See,
maybe so. I don't know.
See the whole. Well, see the whole thing, like what I've been hearing, like since more information or rumors have been going around, is that like they wanted to hire them because like they've had success before in this comedy thing, and Disney is I think all about taking risk and definitely hiring people who come up who are young new filmmakers, gives them a chance to take on something like this and just kind of put their own stamp on it. But the whole thing, what I kept hearing about was that, like, through the whole entire filming process, people were really kind of comparing the comedy or the type of tone of the Han Solo movie to, like, Ace Ventura. And that, honestly, that mixed in with Star Wars just really, I just think it didn't mix well. And actually, the actor who's playing Han Solo, Alden Ehrenreich, he's the one that actually went to the execs and was like, I'm really concerned that of how this is turning out. I really don't think that. Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it, which I was watching Collider and they were talking about it, and they really made some good points. It's like, I know it kind of sounds bad when it's like, oh, the actor's like, oh, well, I'm going to take it upon myself, and like, oh, I have so much power and whatever. But when you think about it, it's like, yes, the directors are to blame, but you have to remember that like he's playing Han Solo. He's going to be Han Solo in future movies, and his image is on the line. It could really affect his career down the line of how he's portrayed in this film. So yeah, he would be concerned. Like, I don't want this to really affect my career. I'm just getting up there. I finally have this big, huge role, and it's like I really want to make the best of it. And I just don't feel like these people are really gonna kind of like put him maybe the whole entire cast in a really good light. So he just really brought people were really concerned. They were already concerned, but like that kind of just was a little bit of what finally, you know, Kathleen Kennedy and everyone just decided that I think we ought to bring someone else in. And they're saying that possibly they could have gone to George Lucas and asked, like, who do you suggest? Because Ron Howard was in American Graffiti, if I'm correct. So it's like they have connection. They have a connection, you know, from their past. So like, I think he would be a great fit. He kind of understands like kind of like George Lucas and the Star Wars universe in a way. So it's like, it kind of makes sense for them to get someone like this. I think it's very surprising. I did not expect Ron Howard of all directors to be chosen for a Star Wars film, but it is kind of really unique and interesting. And I think that like he's done really solid projects, things that haven't been seen by people, but they're really well-made films that more people should see. So maybe this will give him like that publicity he needs in order to put out films that like are actually seen by people and they're like, wow, this is amazing, and just get the recognition that he deserves. That like kind of a 50-50.
It's actually it's actually really interesting too. That it's kind of funny because like back in the day that they said they would consult George Lucas about something like this, when they should probably did that with the prequels. Even more funny, so that they are actually like the actors are actually saying, okay, you're not going to elevate me to the next level like you guys did, or J.J. Abrams did with Daisy Ridley, or what's the other guy that plays Finn? John Boyega and stuff like that. Because they want what they got. Because like Force Awakens has done wonders for John Boyega.
I have a theory about this. Like, I don't know if we saw some image of the whole cast of the whole Han Solo movie, and I think that it's one of those things where as soon as I saw it, my first instinct was everyone except for these two characters are going to die. And I think that Disney wants to continue making these kind of dark. And whenever you see a Lord of the Miller movie, they're really lighthearted and funny. And for the most part, like, shit's happy there. I think they want to kind of go darker. So they're probably like, oh, wait, this is too happy. Everyone's surviving. We need you to make sure everyone dies. So here, Ron Howard, you can do darker movies.
Well,
I don't think that's true at all. Yeah,
I don't think it's true at all either. I just think that it's like, I think they just want to be taken more seriously. And I think the style that Lord and Miller, that their tone usually is very like slapstick, or like, hey, you know, like it's worked for other things. But for Han Solo, it's like, yes, we all know that he's, you know, he can be really lighthearted and make jokes and all of that, but like there has to be a balance between, like, he can be serious and he can be.
Yeah, but they went from comedy guys, like some, you know, best, you know, maybe slapstick or lighthearted comedy, to a guy that does serious drama. So it's like, this is
dramas are not
total
dark.
Do you think
they're not dark dramas?
Do you think they're going darker than Rogue One, or like about the same?
I don't think so, honestly.
No.
I really think that we don't know.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now.
We don't know.
That cast is gonna die.
Well, we don't know like what his range is. He could actually be pretty good at doing a little bit of comedy, just having that balance. Where I think like what J.J. Abrams did, I think he did a pretty good job of still having jokes and making it lighthearted, but also being taken seriously when something like really just sad happens. You know, that's I think what the tone they want to go for. And Lord and Miller was just like, hey, I'm on Solo, right, guys? Like,
no, like
I should first, dude.
Yeah, but again, I don't know.
No, like looking at their track record, Lord and Miller pretty much like they did 22 Jump Street, they did the Lego movie. Their next big project is the Spider-Man animated film. So that does seem more like their cadence, a little bit more of their style with the comedy and stuff like that. When I kind of see, if you guys are right about the whole tone, what they want to go, especially with these side story movies that they want to go darker, taking Phil and Lord off the project does seem like a good move. So
I think it's a terrible idea because you need to balance the light in the dark. I think it's much easier for comedians to be able to kind of do something a bit more serious than serious guys to do something comedic, because it might fall flat like a lot of Marvel movies do, where the comedy just doesn't work.
I think it's the reverse. I think it's much easier. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, Rashad. You go, Rashad.
Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking it's much easier for like for people that are used to being taken seriously to flip over to like, hey, let me try some comedy, and it'll end up working out like pretty good for them. I'm trying to think of somebody.
Yeah, for example, the second season of True Detective.
No, I'm not talking about.
That's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
Exactly what happened. A comedian went to be serious, and look what happened.
They had the dude from fucking John Carter on there. I had no hope for that second season anyway.
Vince Vaughn did Hacksaw Ridge, so he did.
Yeah, and Vince Vaughn was in what fucking that war movie from Mel Gibson.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yes.
Hacksaw Ridge.
So I think it does work out because it's like, what, just one more? I think it does work out with like people that like sometimes with comedy, people reach deep down to find their comedy because in some way that's coming from a place of pain.
I think it works better with
and you got to think of, like, for an example, look at Steven Spielberg. Look at all of his really he's done such different tones in movies. Like, just to think that Jurassic Park and Schindler's List came out in the same year. Completely different movies. But it's like you don't know what his range is. Ron Howard especially, I think he's like a good, like, high caliber director. I think he's up there, people consider him just as up there with Spielberg or Scorsese or Tarantino. So it's like, give a guy a chance. Maybe he can really surprise you. I think that he has it in him to do something unique like this, you know?
He's more studio mainstream compared to those guys. They're a bit more auteur, but to be fair, he's got like 3 Best Picture nominations, 2 Best Director nominations. This is a guy who understands his craft. He can make solid productions.
And then you look at the Da Vinci Code.
Well, actually,
and if they were really trying to turn Han Solo into fucking Ace Ventura, they need to get the hell off that project.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. That's the word that was floating around.
I love Ace Ventura. Those are my favorite movies. So I'm okay with
that. But is it right for Star Wars?
I don't give a shit if I'm as long as it's entertaining.
No, like you say that, Alan, but like when you say that in my mind, the first thing that comes to mind is they could easily go the bad route, which was Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh,
so you don't want them to go that
bad. Nothing can be
No, Alan, trust me.
I feel like it would have been that. I feel like it would have been that.
No, because Florida Miller know how to make a good joke that doesn't fucking spend 15 fucking minutes in the movie trying to make someone laugh.
But then they also do stuff like people's heads turning to ice cream cones, which Ali you were making that joke earlier about. I'm Han Solo. I had the picture of the Lego movie when the guys come into the saloon, just like, woo, I got my blasters. I shoot first. Yeah.
It probably did something like that, honestly.
Yeah, that failure of a movie, the Lego movie. Seriously? It didn't in any way, shape, or form have any hope.
But the Lego movie is not Star Wars. It's not
usually as an actor, you trust the director really, like, with your whole life in that particular project. If the actors are really doubting whether you're doing a good job, like, there's something wrong there. Like, if you have
sorry, man. We're not taking actors' jobs on this. Half the time, the actors' jobs are to promote shitty movies. Look at the Henry Cavill and the Sad Affleck thing, man, with Batman v Superman. Like, their jobs are to promote
exactly. Look at that. We know how well some of us.
We're taking one actor's role, man.
Yes,
like,
but at least he actually went to the execs and was like, I don't think this is working out. Ben Affleck, shoot. He was kind of like, he just stayed quiet. You know,
he knew Batman was okay. He knew he was a good Batman, so he didn't give a shit.
But you knew how he felt about the actual movie itself. Like, yeah, I could have changed this. I could have done this. Or like, I know this is not really going to be all that great. You can see it all over his face.
Ben Affleck, what do you think of Superman versus Batman? I was good.
No, but
we're taking one actor's. We're taking one actor's view against directors that have done like almost everything they've done has been some sort of success commercially and critically. Like really,
but sometimes you can't just blindly follow a director. Sometimes you have to take it into
Pause.
One last One last thing.
One more thing.
No, Justin, final points, and then Nick can go.
Okay. One last thing. And I agree with Ali on this a lot because the big thing I've noticed is that Kathleen Kennedy, the person who's in charge of this stuff, she is very much professional. And actually, I met her husband during the premiere of The Bourne Legacy. He's Frank Marshall, who is one of the... What? I'm saying I met him during the premiere of Bourne Legacy, and their family, like, they're a big producer company kind of thing. They take their craft very seriously. So it's not like, all the internet was just like, they're making bad stuff. It's like if they're addressing a concern that clearly other people shared on the set, Kathleen Kennedy probably took it seriously. Just like, I'm going to review the footage, I'm going to look at what's going on, and this is not a decision to make lightly, because if you fire a director with 2 weeks left to film the movie, that's not a decision you should make just on a whim. I don't think they would have done it unless it was absolutely necessary to do for this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so,
Sure.
Like I said, I didn't want to be on this whole thing. I didn't know that there was that much shit to talk about fucking Ron Howard doing the goddamn Han Solo movie.
Oh, yeah, Ron Howard, he made such a great movie. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just,
He's got 2 Oscar nominations.
I don't give a shit. So does Michael. No, Michael Bay has one.
Okay, look. You said you.
No, he doesn't.
By the way, none of you motherfuckers are making any money off defending or talking shit about the guy. But
I was like, Nick, please continue. Everybody just stop. Nick, go.
well, because I'm gonna bring up the Marvel thing really quick. But one person that didn't talk at all during this, and Allie, I always give you hey, you're Star Wars, whatever. But there is one more person who's just as into it, Ganja Guru. And
I don't want to get involved.
Got to run out of his room, man.
You know what's funny? Ganja learned from last time when he was on my side about shit. He had to hold that bat talking shit about Black Panther. He was like,
I don't have no weapons now. I don't want to get involved again.
Okay, well then I'll just throw you under the bus on this shit. What do you feel about Marvel and Wolverine and Hulk hybrid fucking being in a comic book? What do you feel about that shit?
Man, this is usually the bad point of comics when they start trying to combine all the characters into one. It's usually like that desperate maneuver, like, hey, you like Captain America. Now, what if he had the badass personality of Punisher? Now we have a 12-issue comic book for $5.99.
No, dude, they're in the Nemesis program. This is fucking ridiculous, man.
This is a fucking awful idea.
I didn't even know
it's
this is
awful or awesome?
Awful. Fucking awful.
Okay, why? Explain why. Why do you feel that way? Because I think it is.
Marvel at this point with their comics has reached such a low of desperation that they have oh god, I could go on just talking about the state of just Marvel comics, but this it's exactly what you said, Nick. It's an act of desperation trying to win people back when they know that their comic book sales really aren't going to do it. They're at a low point where they're still trying to pull themselves out of the hole for making Captain America one of my favorite heroes a fucking Nazi. So I'm already pissed at them. So for them to do this, it's just adding shit on top of shit right here.
No, and here's the thing. This is the thing I always have issues with. Because people always say I hate reboots, I hate this, I hate reimaginings, etc. I'm always cool with it because the comic books at this point should have rebooted comic books because
they've done it 80 times.
They should do it one more time. Because I'm telling you, dude, they've gotten so ridiculous with these comic books where it's just it's so ridiculous, and you have to do something new. You have to make something top it better and better. And the same thing happens with the shows I'm into, the music I'm into, the movies I'm into. That's what's fucked up about Transformers. How can you ever do a Transformers movie now and make it make sense? You fucking destroyed it. I mean, literally, there's talks about slavery and the Nazis and fucking so much shit in the latest Transformers movie. I'm not watching that fucking movie. Apparently, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, please watch it. Please.
We're watching it as a group.
No, I'm not watching that fucking movie.
Find a way to get.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna watch that. That's gonna be one of our secret group meetings right there.
Yeah.
No, fuck that shit. I'm done.
Hey, we got you to sit through Soul Plane. We'll get you to sit through fucking.
It's gonna be a cleverly staged intervention, Nick.
No, we'll do what we did during Soul Plane. We'll just have the movie start, and then when he joins in, we'll force him to stay.
Yeah, that's what they. By the way, they really
bad movie night. Woo.
No, man, they put me through that shit. That Soul Plane wasted 2 hours of my fucking life watching that guy.
The movie's an hour and a half.
It felt like 3.
Who would make a man suffer through Soul Plane? Who would do that?
Ganja's idea.
The Birdman would.
No, it's Ganja, and here's another thing too. Ganja is laughing at that shit when Sofia Vergara, whatever her fucking annoying ass name is.
Yeah, she was in that movie.
Yeah, Sofia Vegeta.
Man, I just love that whole movie went through all the races, and the whole time, Alan, I guess the Arab guy got safe last movie. I'm the bomb!
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, Alan.
Yeah, but going back to what you were saying about the whole comic book thing, granted, and Scott has said this in the chat, they really never really made too much money from their comics. It's always TV's a movie, which obviously it makes sense.
Well, nowadays,
But nowadays, of course. But it always seemed like they was just trying to experiment. Like they're leaving the main things to the movies and television shows. They're kind of just using the comic books to experiment, stuff like that. Because Nick, I don't know if you remember this, but remember they actually had a fucking wrestler, CM Punk, come over and actually write, I think, a Fantastic Four comic book at one time.
Yeah.
I think comic books. So they was just getting like different writers. And what they're actually doing with the X-Men thing, I actually think is actually pretty cool because they actually rebooted X-Men again as this new thing is called X-Men Resurrection. I think that's what it's called, or Rebirth, something like that.
And the award for cliche line at the end of your comic book goes too.
Just get re-adjective. But pretty much
Resurrection, redemption, revenge.
But they pretty much came out with these series. Like one was Xbox. One was pretty much X-Men Blue, where it's pretty much going to doing a retelling of the original X-Men and their stories with this whole time loop or whatever. And then they had X-Men Go, which pretty much went into like the 80s and 90s version of X-Men. And they really needed to come back as X-Men and like build them established. Other than the whole Fox and shit issue that's going on, but I know a lot of people, which is kind of like you like them or hate them, but I know the Inhumans has kind of like took the spot of the X-Men and become the new X-Men.
Somebody owns
Yeah, so it's kind of like Marvel has kind of had to scruff and be like, hey, we're gonna just use the Inhumans as the new X-Men and kind of tackle these storylines that we used to do with the X-Men with the Inhumans. So it's just, it's kind of weird. It's kind of fucked up. But like I said, always like when they do experimental stuff. Like I know Iron Man now, they're doing it with the whole black woman. I think like she's like the smartest girl in the Marvel universe. So I'm like,
damn it! Everybody in the Marvel universe is the smartest person in the Marvel universe.
And her name is Riri Williams.
Riri?
Yeah.
Riri. Is that a nickname for Rihanna?
Basically.
Okay, but really quick, I'm sorry to like kind of like get us off topic to an extent, but what the fuck is that shit?
Okay, so that is Black Adam. That's just a weird light thing
Black
from his head. He's not a unicorn. And the rest those are the rest of the Inhumans.
This is why I fucking used to take fucking kids' lunch money. Because fucking people will watch. I'm actually kind of a little bit mad. Because it's like, dude, man, talking shit about Transformers and all that shit and, wrestling's fake and no fucking thing. And people will fucking watch this shit.
That's a bad image because it looks like he has.
Nick, I will tell you, no one is going to watch this.
I'm going to watch it because I think the Inhumans. I've always much preferred the Inhumans.
The Inhumans are the Daryl of the fucking Marvel universe. They are just Daryl. No one gives a shit about them.
Wait, which Daryl?
Yeah, which Daryl?
Which Daryl?
Walking Dead.
No, I was just saying, like, Nick, like, look at it. Like, granted, it's probably stupid how you look at it, but, like, come on, man, give it a chance. Like I said, experimentation. You already got your main universes or whatever. That's making you money. Just be experimental. And I'm like, like I said, granted, it looks stupid, but I'm just curious to see where this goes.
This faggot ass dude in the front wearing.
Okay, come on, man. That's the 80s.
Nick, look at it.
You think that faggot? Look up a Punisher from the 80s. He had fucking go-go boots and fucking red gloves, man. It was fucking stupid.
Nick,
look at me. He was going to a yoga class in that costume.
Don't be so inhuman.
Oh, fuck off.
That's what you're trying to say this whole fucking time?
I'm glad we were cutting him off.
Nick, I want to kick him out the car so bad right now.
We can do that. We have the power.
No, man.
Anthony, I would say that joke was insane.
Oh, fuck no.
We can go with him, motherfucker.
Hey, Justin, would you say insane in the membrane?
Oh,
no.
Jesus.
See, no, Anthony, I took it here and you took it way up there. So.
No, I only have one phrase to say, y'all. Sweet Christmas.
Yep. Yep.
I miss all of y'all. I wish I stayed in Vegas. This
I
is
wish I was.
I gotta rethink my
My
life.
bed is going there. I just got to bed. I'm just done for tonight.
You love it, Alan.
I hate you all.
By the way, I don't know the chat's talking shit right now because Luke Cage says fucking Sweet Christmas in that goddamn TV show.
For no fucking reason.
He
just says it.
It's his catchphrase.
I don't give a shit. Usually catchphrase is development. He just says it. No rhyme or reason. Just Sweet Christmas.
I know.
It sounded so forced too. It just sounded so like unnatural. Like in the actual.
They used it better in Jessica Jones.
No, they didn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, they fucking didn't.
No, and why couldn't he do something like, what if he goes to like a fucking bakery, right, and they give him like a fucking like sweet cake, and he's like, sweet Christmas. Like,
it's just a random catchphrase that the only reason he says it is because that's his catchphrase on the comic. There's no actual rhyme or reason. Catchphrases are something you develop, not just random fucking words you say.
Alan, believe me, they develop though in the comics.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, not in this show.
Here's the other.
Go ahead.
If you make an Inhumans pun, I'm gonna kick you.
Yeah, no, seriously, if it's a pun, then shut the fuck up. But sorry,
you guys are You guys are
No, I know what you're about to say. I'm stopping you right now.
Really, Justin? Even Justin's
Yeah.
internet was like, nah, hold on, no, don't do it. Stop it.
Everybody watches the show.
Nah,
Just-
B, don't make that pun.
Hey,
son.
I'm
Don't
just
make
your
that pun.
friendly neighborhood pun master.
Oh my god. Okay, so anyway, people, Power Rangers, PG-13 rating, horror.
Speaking of nerdy stuff,
Oh, of course. By the way, I wish Jenny was in the chat because she's like, Transformers, and yeah, this fucking silly horse shit. You know.
oh come on. Okay, this
Just
story's stupid. already.
I to the most part, I did enjoy that movie though. It kind of needed it.
Wait, so
No,
they wanted it to be rated R or
No, they wanted
PG?
it PG. They wanted it like family.
Oh yeah, you know what? I don't blame them for thinking.
I don't
that.
think it would have hurt it because I think like a lot of the thing is in the show they talk about a lot of subject matter of like suicide and they do a lot of stuff of people like dying from diseases and people straight up dying. Like to some degree you need a PG-13 rating because you can't have a PG Disney movie and have some guy go, yeah, I kind of can't deal with the fact that my mom's dying. I want to like escape the world and sometimes I want to die. Like you can't really do that on a PG rating.
No, that's the funny thing about it is just like that PG. Like it's kind of funny because I just seen this movie like today before because I actually want to discuss it on the Flex and Chill segment. But the funny thing is like yeah, that PG-13 like it kind of was like forced in a lot of some areas, like especially when they were cussing. Like one character says "Yippee ki mother," but he doesn't say the whole thing. He just stops at mother. So it's kind of like forced shit. Like yeah, really.
No, but some of the subject matter they speak about, like when they're kind of developing all the characters, like you can't really do that on a PG family rating. You know?
Or on Alan, or those fucking car accidents, like 2 car accidents, like our car crashes that happened in this movie. There's no way you could do that.
Oh
on
yeah,
PG.
yeah. People, dude, that fucking car crash at the start of the movie. Is sick.
Yeah, that is like
sick fucking car crash.
I'm like,
was the car a Mazda?
No, like it's kind of funny because how they like
it was
the
a Mini
camera.
Cooper.
The camera, the camera is actually inside the car, so it's actually just you seeing the face of the driver the entire time, and the car is just like changing and shifting and shit like that. So it's just like you feel like you're actually literally in the car accident with this guy. So it makes it, and it's kind of actually like pretty fucking brutal. Then it's another car crash that happens
near the
with
end of the movie. Yeah.
that happens with a train, and that was like holy fuck. So you could not have those 2 car accident scenes. Like with just PG, like
I just think they expected the movie to be $1 billion because of the brand, and it's like I just think what it was is people just weren't sure what the movie's gonna be, but it was for the most part like it wasn't like a runaway success. It made its money back, and people for the most part like it was decent to good. Like I still think it's a decent to good movie. Like we saw it on cheap, and I'm like yeah, if you can rent this, it's definitely worth the watch. I think that when they make a sequel, like it'll do a lot better because people are like, oh okay, it wasn't a colossal fire, like you know, so we'll check it out.
Yeah, but
and the big thing was it didn't make a lot of money in the theaters, but it justified its expenses through toys. Like that was the big thing with it is that its merchandise. That's the reason why anything got through with it. It's like maybe people didn't go to the theaters, but they bought those little action figures, those little knockoff Iron Man.
Yeah. But one thing I want to bring up though, because I mean this made me think of a question. Just because, like, for one, I don't feel like I think that's always a cop out. People say like, there's another like a guy who made a game. I was like, oh, it's Donald Trump's fault that the game sucked because people don't want to blah blah blah. And, like everyone lets to blame so much silly shit. But the PG-13 thing, sometimes it actually does affect things. So I'm gonna actually have Anthony read this question. Yeah, I'll read it. Fuck you. Okay, so what are some movies that you feel were ruined by PG-13? I'm sorry. Oh, Anthony, I'm sorry. But yeah, no. What are some movies though that you feel were ruined by a PG-13 rating? I have a few, but anybody else got anything up in here?
Do they mean like going down from R to PG-13 or going up from PG to PG-13?
No, just in any sense, like just anything that was ruined, like a movie that should have been a different rating, and because it's PG-13, it fucked it up. Whether it's PG or not.
Like this is not really like because I remember we actually had talked about it on the MCA like a long time ago, but I remember they was gonna make Deadpool PG-13, and granted. That movie, because it was rated R, right? It was rated, like it was rated R.
Very rated R.
Oh, yeah, very rated R. The funny thing about it is, I think they could have got a little bit more clever with the jokes if it was PG-13. But the fact that it was R-rated, I guess they could make Deadpool be Deadpool. So that's
you could have made that movie PG-13 easily.
Yeah, you could have. I really feel like it could have like been the exact same movie, like not too much different.
Would have been exactly, except for a couple cuss words near the end. Yeah. And maybe that titty bar scene. Besides that, all the violence there could be PG-13. And for the most part, he really cusses like 3 or 4 times.
See, here's my issue with that, though, Alan. And this is the thing that I have an issue with any kind of movie when it comes to quality is like, if that movie can be a PG-13 film, And the only thing that people were talking about was all the rated R shit. Because anytime I heard someone talk about Deadpool, like, oh, it's cool that there's blood. Oh, it's cool that he's cussing. And I'm like, that's literally the recipe for a shit movie. Where the only thing they can tell me...
it's a shit movie. Like, I've said it. I don't like Deadpool. I think that it's overblown and overrated. And I think it could have been a PG-13. But the selling point of the movie was it was a rated R Deadpool. And it was like, oh, man, it's going to be crazy. It's like, rated R doesn't work unless it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like,
well, no,
sometimes. Go ahead,
work if the content, if it feels justified, the content's fine. I mean, nothing has to be anything, but it just has to be true to its source. It's like saying like, oh, Hacksaw Ridge would have been a better film if there was no blood. It's like, sure, you could have made Hacksaw Ridge a non-bloody war film, like Dunkirk is going to be, but if it fits what they're trying to get across, that war is ugly and violent, then sure, you can have blood and gore.
Yeah, but you look at the Deadpool movie and go, why is this rated R? Oh, that one, they showed a tit and somebody's motherfucker near the end. That really?
Vanity. They had quite a bit of R-rated sex jokes. Like they make a cum.
Yeah, but that's it though. Like The Hangover has that. I mean, I guess The Hangover's rated R, but like besides, like you could have edited around that. Like name me one scene that is integral to the plot of the movie that needs to be rated R.
But Alan, but that argument.
Well, with it being half comedy and half action, whatever, I mean, I know it's a superhero movie at the end of the day, but I mean, it's selling itself as like 4 different fucking things, just like Dark Knight did.
Sure.
But the thing is like, I mean, imagine the MCA PG. Like sometimes I mean, it's comedy, so like I can't imagine not making a dick joke or some shit. Like it's impossible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I bring the PG to this.
Yeah, but again, it's like to even answer the question, I think for the most part, like unless it's a horror movie, PG-13 for the most part works for every single thing. Like one of my I love for me one of the things that it being rated R actually for me ruined it more was the Raid 1 wasn't really, it was a violent movie, but when they did the sequel, they felt when they did the sequel, they felt the need to 10 times the gore. So everything was super gory. Like this girl has hammers and she's like tearing people apart. Like the Raid 1 is violent, but the Raid 2 is like it's super violent for no reason. And it's almost like they're like, oh man, look how gory this movie is. Look how gory these scenes are. It's like you could have got your point across, still made a good action movie, and kept the rating as a PG-13.
Oh, like to go off that point.
Raid 1 was very gory too.
Raid 1 was bloody, but like a few scenes that you could have cut out in them. Like the movie's tense without feeling the need to be bloody.
But going in,
the one thing that I felt always would like, and I know Julian probably disagreed with me when I say this, but the movie I felt like it really be just PG-13. It didn't really need to be rated R. Was Hardcore Henry. Like it was like the fact that there was like the first person view camera already was kind of like disorienting. Then with all like this unnecessary gore and violence and stuff like that, like it literally gave me a fever dream, like a seizure in that fucking movie. Like I was like just fucking shaking in my chair by the end of it. I was just like, holy shit.
They could have easily gone away with
so
the
it's
PG.
just like it really like, and especially when those parts, like especially when they went to like the club or they're killing strippers or cutting people's head off, or especially at that whole fucking ending scene, just seemed like it was way too much. Like it was just overkill like a motherfucker. I'm like, this could have easily been PG-13. So
for
I totally
me, the movie that was ruined as far as like when it comes to the PG-13 rating is, man, and I hate this because everything about this movie is pretty good except for the fact that there's no blood in this movie. There's no like sense of urgency, like when it's Alien vs Predator, and it's the first one. By the way.
Yeah,
because
I know you don't like it and you explained it, but I really enjoyed that movie because I'm always a huge fan of lore and like backstory to a universe, and that's what that movie kind of gave me. Like it gave me a lot of like, oh, this is really interesting. Oh, this is how it works. Like this is how the whole universes are connected. You know?
Yeah, but like, and it was good in that sense. But it's like when you have two of the biggest like not serial killer, but like the biggest monsters in the franchise or whatever franchises. It's like I need to see some brutal shit. You need to fucking educate people who are watching this for the first time who don't know about Alien vs Predator. Why are these guys so dangerous? And the whole movie, I was like, wow, this is kind of like an action adventure. Like, where's Brendan fucking Fraser? Like, I mean, it's like fucking
busy doing a failing franchise.
Yeah, but it's just it's
silly. Question. Was Predators the one that came after this? Was that rated R?
Yeah, it has to be. Some of the scenes.
Well, and also, the gore you didn't get in the first Alien vs Predator, you got in Alien vs Predator Requiem.
Oh God!
Yeah,
and you got a way worse movie too.
Yeah, way worse movie.
You got a worse movie, but when I go and I feel like watching like some cool action scenes, and I search on YouTube like, hey, I want to watch like scenes from whatever the fuck, I always watch Alien vs Predator Requiem scenes because if I want to see Predator do some cool ass shit, it's in that movie. If I want a good story, I can watch Alien vs Predator, the first one. It's a good movie. It really is. But as far, I mean, I never want to watch Alien vs Predator for the story. It's an alien and a predator fighting. It's fucking hilarious. It's silly.
Well, not only that, like it's supposed to be bloody because the way these creatures fight is very vicious. Especially the predator, like the whole aspect of the way he kills humans to take their skins and just kind of hung up like a trophy.
Yeah, but
the fact that they try to do a PG-13 movie with these characters kind of goes against what they are. That's like almost doing a PG-13 version of Freddy and Jason. We can see if they fail really easy if they do that.
Well, that's the thing, though. When you watch Alien vs. Predator, it's explaining kind of the mythos of both the alien and the predator. It's not trying to say all predators, all they do is string up, people and fucking cut their skin off. It's trying to show that in order for them to get to that level, they have to fight a bunch of fucking aliens. So it's like, it made sense that they weren't doing the stuff we've seen in Predator 1 and Predator 2.
Well, even then, they shit on their own lore in that movie because the predators kill innocent people. Like, none of the scientists actually fight the predators. The predators are just killing them when they run across them.
Yeah, but that's when that's why it's cool at the end of the movie when the predator is joining up with the black girl and it's like, oh yeah, let's beat the shit out of these aliens.
But it's funny too because like and even in the chat, Skull is saying like, yeah, well for the last 18 years all we got was R-rated horror movies, and most of them fucking suck. And he's right, but that's the thing. It's like sometimes like people go into movies and review movies, even like Double Twelves does this too, where they are really talking about like the quality of the film making. And it's like, I don't think people really go to the movie theater that much, especially with these franchises, for filmmaking. Because as soon as that fucking trailer comes out and it's an alien versus a predator in some fucking space world, why are they even on there? None of this makes any sense. It's like, I'm not going for a good film. I'm going to fucking be entertained. I want to see a show. You know what I mean? Like, I want to... It's awesome. So
that's the main reason that Freddy versus Jason is held as a great crossover movie, because they actually stick to what the characters were about.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean,
what was Rashad saying though?
Yeah, go ahead, Rashad.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, you want to be entertained, you want to have like a good show, but you also don't want to feel insulted, and that's what like some movies like make you feel like you're just insulting my fucking I will watch AVP. I like it. I will sit down and watch it because it's a good time. But AVP Requiem feels like a fucking insult to the franchise and to my own brain.
It's a shitty. No, he has a point. It's a shitty '90s horror movie with every shitty '90s cliche. That the only difference is the killers are alien and predator.
True. I mean, and I completely agree, but then it's like, man, I watched some silly, shitty shit from the 80s. Like, go ahead, Anthony.
No, it's kind of funny that Ellen has said that, like, he said only horror movies can really work with rated R. To a point, I agree. Like, some of the, but I feel like horror movies are a little bit more scary when they actually trick the camera. They actually do trickery when they actually don't show you. Because it shows you that they can cleverly use that PG-13 while also giving you that horror feel, like, holy shit, that was brutal or something like that. Like,
I disagree fully about that. Only horror movies can use rated R effectively. For the longest, war movies, the reason that they've been rated R is to show the brutality of war. That's the whole reason Full Metal Jacket, We Are Soldiers, Tora, they're all rated R because war is graphic. War is graphic. And
it worked.
Tora is not rated R.
It worked. What is Hacksaw Ridge?
Yeah, that's the thing. Hacksaw Ridge is a fucking Hallmark movie that's rated R. The first half of that movie and the second half of the movie are two different movies. Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, that movie should have been you're rated R because you want to show the brutality, but that goes to the extreme, to the extent where people that love Saving Private Ryan would probably be like, ugh, what the fuck? Because
that's the thing. That's the hard thing about when you do war films, though, is because a lot of these war films.
But it doesn't fit the tone of the first half, though. That's my point.
No, that's my thing. Like, a lot of these war films, like, for instance, that's what a lot of people get on Pearl Harbor for. Like, Sarah Riz also guilty of. They're trying to humanize the character too much, and they're just like, the first half is just like, oh, a day in the life of a soldier. And then they throw this crazy shit at you. It's like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
That's Hacksaw Ridge in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's the problem with them trying to do that story with before the war and trying to show you the character before, because you're not automatically thrown into the horror. That's why Saving Private Ryan is a lot better, because you're just thrown into D-Day. You don't really have a lot of chance to build up the life of these characters and be like, oh God, now we were just seeing him with his family. Now 2 people are dead. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. Grant, Danja has a really good point, because Hacksaw Ridge actually made me cry like in those scenes, because it was just so brutal and so violent that it actually went into the character development that they set up in the beginning of the movie.
For example, there's We Are Soldiers. When I was younger, I saw this movie, and it basically shows a scene where the guy grabs the dude's boots and he takes them off, and the whole lower half of his body comes off, of his ankles and everything. They show it in the movie. I thought that was gratuitous when I first saw it. I was like, oh, they're just trying to make this more dangerous with us. They're trying to scare you about war. And then I come to learn about this film, and no, this soldier experienced that. He went to go save his buddy, tried to grab his legs from a napalm bomb, and his fucking leg came right off. And a lot of these directors, when they make these war movies, they want to show respect to the soldiers. so they have to show what they go through.
Yeah.
Like it's a scene in Hacksaw Ridge where the main character and another guy's taking turns, like actually going to sleep, being on the lookout.
Yeah.
And Andrew Garfield's character can't even go to sleep because you see all the shit he went through in the previous scene.
Yeah, but
so
again,
it's
I get Ganja's point, but then I immediately see stuff in the same movie, Hacksaw Ridge, where it's like, well, this is a war movie. We have an R rating. Let's just go full gore because we can. I feel like it was too much. Where they could have kept it like Saving Private Ryan and Fury, do it really well.
But I want to bring Daihan into this actually.
Fury in the bit.
Yeah, but no. The question though, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, Daihan, is what are some movies that you feel were ruined by a PG-13 rating?
You know what? I love the Rush Hour trilogy, but I would love to see a rated R version of just like Jackie Chan cutting people's heads off. So I want that to happen.
Jackie Chan would never do an R-rated. Cutting people's heads off? What?
But it would be so sick.
Do you really want to hear
like Lee cutting someone's head off and then Carter just freaking out?
Like, I don't know if anybody noticed, but Mr. Adams, I actually been noticing the answer to some of his community questions. Every time we ask him, he always says Rush Hour. So Daihan just really likes Rush Hour.
Rush Hour?
He really likes Rush Hour.
Yeah.
No one can convince me they're not. They're the perfect movies.
No, but that's the thing, man. Like, I can't imagine. I imagine Chris Tucker like, oh man, I can't believe you knocked your fucking hair off. I can't believe like, man, shit.
He starts screaming like his character from Fifth Element.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris Tucker on a normal day, like.
No shit, man. But yeah, like for me, yeah, Alien vs. Predator's mine. How about you, Allie, or anybody? Like, I mean, Allie, let's start with you. Like, any PG or any movies that were ruined by the PG-13 rating?
I've been really trying to think, and I honestly can't think of anything really. I mean, okay.
Emily, I got a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think a rated R Star Wars movie would work?
Oh heck no.
Why not?
What? Okay, no. Now I gotta argue with you.
It would be stupid because all the weapons are lasers.
Stupid. Yeah, it's stupid. I think it also is stupid. Like when you think of the fans of Star Wars, like most people either they watched it when they were a kid at first, or new kids are getting introduced to it. So it's like it doesn't make sense to make a rated R Star Wars film considering that kids really love the franchise. It's the same thing with Transformers, and then putting all this inappropriate stuff into this PG-13 movie. It's like you can't make up its mind like what it wants to be.
But see, that's the same with Rogue One. That's because Rogue One was like, ooh, no, this is serious shit. This is gonna be the intense one. Everyone dies, and then literally they have a fucking talking robot where they're cracking jokes. Yo, how you doing? Like I'm a badass C-3PO.
But see,
like.
That's just a total issue they had with that script. I mean, I think that was just a thing where they couldn't decide how dark they wanted to be. But to be fair, I mean, Rogue One, like Ali, I agree with Ali. I don't think R ratings fit Star Wars because they're based on the old serials from the '60s. You know, those old like Flash.
Exactly.
Flash
it has to be. Yeah, exactly. An R-rated movie, it has to be earned in a way. Like I don't think it's like when you can obviously see. I think there are a lot of R-rated movie that's like. You really could have done a PG-13 rating. Like you didn't have to put all this like these nudity and like excessive profanity just because they can. Instead of like really earning it. Like I would say like a war film, yes, that should be rated R. It's possible to make a PG-13 movie, but like if you really want to see like I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought because stupid Nick over here.
No, just saying it's on the title. I know, but it's like it's with this situation of R ratings. Like when you do an R rating, either you go the whole horror movie or war stuff where you're doing like people exploding getting cut in half, or you go to the comedy where they're doing dick jokes and crack jokes and tit jokes and nudity. Neither of which fit the tone of Star Wars to the extent where you turn Star Wars, which is something somewhat serious, to just a flat-out comedy or to a random, completely different genre.
Why do you have to add those type of jokes or nudity? Like, I've seen...
Well, because how else do you get a hard rating besides horrible violence?
Dude, it's a fucking war movie. Like, there's lasers shooting, there's explosions.
Yeah, and lasers...
Star Wars
lasers don't bleed. When you get hit by a laser, you don't
But there's explosions.
Star Wars has marketed itself, has always been a family franchise, like it's family film franchise. It's for everyone can enjoy it. Everyone can find something to. Yes, they can go very they can go dark at times, but like it's okay for kids to be a little bit introduced to like, not everything is unicorns and rainbows, but they definitely like they don't want to go to an R rating. Like I understand what you mean, like lightsabers. Oh, I want to see some limbs being cut off, which actually we already have.
They do that all the
Star
time.
Wars already. Like that's the whole joke. Yes, that's the whole joke is that they keep cutting off random limbs in Star Wars. So we already get that. Why do we need to add anything else? Like we already get it. We don't really need to see blood, considering that a lightsaber will cauterize their wound anyway. You wouldn't see any blood. So you can push the edge at a PG-13 rating. It's very possible. You know, a lot of people do it.
Well, Revenge of the Sith, they cut a dude's head off at the start of the movie.
It's actually kind of funny because like,
Yeah.
I can never actually really picture Star Wars have like a nudity scene, like just like some.
No, that would
I've never really seen that.
Yeah.
So,
No, but I'm
Well,
just
that-
saying,
no,
like, imagine Darth Vader. Finally, like, man, the most relaxed
I was
fucking
just about-
villain. The most
Nick, I
relaxed
was
villain.
just about to say that a Darth Vader movie could easily be rated R. If you really want to show how much of a badass and how evil he gets,
Yeah, but
that's the best way to do it.
Can do that. Yeah, well, I was gonna say you can do that with a PG-13. In fact, I think people get a lot more. They have to do a lot more to be creative because they have those restrictions within the PG-13 rating. Filmmakers make the best films from having restrictions like this. So
Look
I
at The
think
Dark
like,
Knight.
exactly, The Dark Knight's a great
The
example
Dark
of
Knight is
pushing.
not a good example because they
Yeah,
they
it is.
just
That movie is
lie.
dark as fuck.
They
Every
shove
time the
a
Joker's on
pencil.
screen, he
They
shoots
really
somebody.
They
push
shove
the
a pencil through
PG-13
guys'
rating.
eye.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a bigger property, and a lot of times with the
And Star
Hollywood
Wars
rating
isn't a big
board.
property.
Hold on a second. You know, let me finish. Goddamn, let me finish, guys. Goddamn. All right. So what I'm saying is that a lot of times with those movies, it's usually the director, the studio can get those things through the board. We're talking about a Star Wars movie that's made to be R. I'm talking about something that wasn't designed to be PG-13. It's designed to be R. And I'm saying a Vader movie could easily do that because he tortures people through a lot of the extra stuff throughout the universe. He is brutal to the point that it's very hard to show this in a PG-13 without doing cutaways.
I don't know,
But
man. I
it's
think
like,
you
no,
can easily do
especially
it.
in
What would they
like
add?
the, oh my bad.
No,
sorry,
go,
what would they-
Rashawn.
Rashad,
No,
go
I
ahead,
was just
man.
gonna say, like in the last few movies, like especially episode 3, there's a scene that's implied that he cuts down a bunch of little kids, like
Yeah.
because they're fucking Padawans. And in
Yeah.
Rogue One, he throws a guy to the roof and slices his stomach open. Like that didn't need to be like PG-13,
You
but like
got
the
Yeah, that was pretty brutal
You-
and stayed within the rating.
You got
Yeah.
the gist of it. Everyone understands. You don't have to always show brutal torture scenes or slashings or anything like that. You can cut away, and people will definitely get, oh, this guy is a bad dude. You know, like you don't have to always show everything as long as it's implied and there's enough that people get the picture. You don't have to actually show it.
One thing that I was doing while you guys were talking, I was trying to find this thing because this is like an example. Anthony, I always use the thing here. He says solutions, and this is what I would do because people, and you always say it too, Ali. Like Star Wars is first. Everyone steals Star Wars. Freddy Krueger's done it. Fucking Hellraiser's done it. Everyone steals from Star Wars. But this Resident Evil 2. And hopefully Ganja and Alan and Anthony get what I'm saying here. But Resident Evil 2, Alice, at the end of the movie, she starts doing some Darth Vader shit with the Force. And this motherfucker is in the room, and she looks directly at him.
Wait, which one is this? Is this the one where she just, like, there's a bunch of clones of her?
No, it's just by
this is
herself.
not yet.
Oh my!
And that's the Force. That is totally the fucking Force. And it was so
Oh my god, that's exactly the same thing.
Oh man, you know what? It's so funny. Hemlock Grove stole from this movie.
But okay, but again, I still think you can make an intimidating character and keep it PG-13. The first Taken, that's a PG-13 movie, and Liam Neeson is a badass throughout the entire thing, and they kept that PG.
Yeah.
You can make something intimidating, keep it PG, and still keep it within
I
universe.
think you guys just have a hard anti against R or something.
I actually do, 100%.
Well,
I feel this is very biased right now. These between you three.
No, I have
me
a hard
too.
against. I
I
don't
don't
like.
have anything against it. Hey, honestly, there's a voice in my head that's like, I would like to see an R-rated Star Wars film just to see what it would be like. But at the same time, I feel like people get more lazy a lot of, not all the times, but like I feel like sometimes people get lazy when they have like, oh yeah, you can make an R-rated film. Like, okay, great. Like I don't have to try as hard. I can just have this or whatever. Like when people have
I hate
limitations,
that
people make
statement because-
amazing things.
I hate that statement because a lot of people that make that statement are their only example of horror films, and horror films are not a great way to judge all rated R films.
But that's the thing, though. Like
I don't
most
even-
of the time, that's the only time.
Taxi Driver. Can you make Taxi Driver PG-13 for me?
I've never seen the movie, so I
Yes.
wouldn't know. But like, you're taking the one, like you're taking the shining examples. But there's a bunch of times where it doesn't work. I brought up the Raid, the Raid 2. That R rating actually ruins the movie because it focuses so much on the gore and as opposed to the cool action. It's way more gory than the first. It makes the first one look like
there's a.
I was gonna say I actually have another good example, which something that I do believe should stay R, but I think they did it in a way that like it really didn't benefit the R rating. Was Watchmen. Like, I do think like, yes, that's definitely a property, a story that should be rated R. But there are some scenes that's just like really like the whole like scene with what's the Patrick Wilson and Malin Ackerman in that.
Which of the 15 sex scenes in the movie?
They had 15 sex scenes. There's just no reason for something to go on that long. But also just to have it in the movie in the first place, it was completely unnecessary.
You need to see the blue penis, Allie. You need to see
it. It's in the blue penis. Like why?
Even they added stuff like that fight they had in the alleyway where for no reason they pop out that dude's bone from his arm.
Yes,
like,
the bone. Yes, like was that really necessary?
Yeah. Like we got the point. It didn't need to be that violent. But my point too. Just I don't really have an example, but everyone else has made good points on this. Just saying. Any movie can be any rating it wants to be if it feels earned and justified and to the point. And I have my own issues with it, kind of like Alan, where I hate the F word now. Like not even just for offensive kind of thing. I hate the fact that people are so effing lazy with the F word. It's
what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. But that's the thing. It's like I feel like the more movies I watch nowadays, more movies use more F words these days. But for no reason. They're not, because I'm very picky as a writer about word usage. You don't use words multiple times. You don't use words like consecutively after each other. But more movies these days just use the F word to say, I got the effing steak from the effing store. Tell me my mother effing mom to cook this effing steak effing the stove.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's where I'd say our ratings don't always work. Sometimes you need to have that restriction to say, if I use the F word, it better be a very good reason to use it.
Exactly. And
See, I can easily agree with that because a lot of movies sometimes want to show how people naturally talk in their life. And Nick, you could agree with this. If we go to hang out at our homeboy's house, he's not going to say, well, if you do, sir, can you please pass me the plate over the banister?
Yes, but just like...
Hey, man, pass me the fucking plate. I'm trying to cook some shit over here.
Yeah.
But just what Justin said, like he used excessively the F word in like one sentence. No one talks like that. Even you guys. Even you guys.
Literally, you've never seen me at a party.
You don't say like my mother effing does this and F that and this and F like all of this at once.
Please come visit my neighborhood.
Gosh,
here's the thing.
You've never seen me at a party because that's exactly how I talk.
Here's the thing.
I'm actually with Allie though and Justin. They're both make good points because here's the thing, and I hate to bring this up again, but I'm obsessed with this fucking show. Anthony, you know where I'm going with this. But Negan, even in the comic books, if he says fuck, fuckity, fucking, fuckaroo, fucking fuck, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I was like, what? How's that a sentence? He said fuck.
They use him as an excuse to cuss a lot. That's what I kept hearing criticism was in the comic. So, yeah.
It was the most awful version of cussing I've ever seen in my life. Like, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Justin?
It would be different if his dialogue was good, but that's the thing is that, say Goodfellas. Goodfellas, it's fine for them to cuss that much because that's gangster lifestyle.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's not just the profanity. It's good dialogue with profanity in it. What makes a difference is, in Walking Dead, Negan's dialogue is kind of hoary and terrible, So that's the thing. It doesn't excuse the fact that all it is just for him to say, yeah, I'm going to beat the F out of you. That's just...
Yeah. And another, like, Skull just posted Quentin Tarantino, him and the N-word. That he says it excessively, and yes, I get it sometimes, but like when it's Pulp Fiction, of course, that one scene, I don't want to say the word, dead N-word storage, it's coming out of his mouth, it just sounds so weird, and when he keeps saying it, you really feel like, what the, this feels wrong.
There's something volatile about the way he's saying it.
Yeah, exactly. It really depends, like when Samuel L. Jackson says it, he can make it work a lot of times, but it really depends on the person, it depends on who's writing it as well. So you have to factor that in as
And Kevin
Smith
is
like supposed to be like a despicable character in that movie though. Like that's what I always got out of that scene. Was like, oh, look at this fucking gangster white dude trying to talk hard for this black dude because he can kill him anytime he wants. That's what I took it as.
Every movie though, dude. Like that's.
I was just saying Pulp Fiction. I can't defend Django.
Yeah, Django is.
Yeah, Django.
And Kevin Smith, no one brings this up, and I know that like people like Anthony, you just watched Clerks recently and everything too. And how do you feel about the way Kevin Smith puts so much fucks and words like cum and semen and
shit? Like in that sense, like I guess with a movie like that, it's kind of like what Ganja's talking about in that point of view. kids think they're so cool, so they use cuss words to seem like they're so cool. So that's why I got the feel from Clerks is like kids trying to act like they're cool, so they're gonna cuss because it's cool because they was drinking and like having sex and stuff like that. So that, I guess in that context it kind of works. But yeah, all you guys are making really good points though. All you guys are making.
Yeah, so I don't know, but hey, speaking of movies though, it's that time. Boo! What the fuck are you doing over there? Oh, Jesus, what are you doing over there?
Everyone's dancing. Alan, every time the red shirt, the red shirt.
The red shirt.
Hey, it's flex and chill. You have to.
Oh man, but I'm here's the thing. Like, we won't go on too long about this. So like, me, Anthony, Allie, Alan, and Ganja, damn, all of us. Holy shit, we all watched the movie together. We're gonna talk about that movie, and then Nightcrawler.
Oh no, I wasn't there for that one.
Oh shit, you're right.
Nightcrawler, yes.
Dude, that movie's so great. But here's the thing, though. I'm gonna start off with Justin and just people that are not like the host first, because you know, what I mean, I just feel like we're all gonna go and then we all crazy about it. So Justin, you first, like Netflix and chill, man. What you been watching?
Okay, so I'll be quick with this since we've been going over time. We talked more about Star Wars than anything else in this podcast.
Star Wars, The Handmaiden. Yeah, we talked about it.
Don't fucking say that.
Anyway.
You were gonna bring it up anyway.
Those are the cursed words. But anyway, so one I did a review for on Yu-Gi-Oh! I finally saw Train to Busan. Because Julian watched us before that.
Yes.
Dude, somebody get Julian. Dude, I got on that Train to Busan, dude.
To be fair, Julian was right. It's a very, very good zombie movie. You know what? You can hear my full thoughts about that on Yu-Gi-Oh! But the one I want to talk about that I haven't talked about yet, I finally started watching Glow, the new show that just came out on Netflix. Yeah. So for those who don't know about it, Glow is a new show from Genji Cohen, I believe her name is, who was one of the creators on Orange is the New Black and Weeds and a couple other shows. So Glow is the acronym for the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. And this was a event that was held way back in the 80s when they wanted an alternative to, well, yes, there you go.
I just want to do it once.
Anyway,
Not how
yeah,
acronyms
so it's
work, but whatever.
Go ahead.
You know, so basically, yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes so far because I've been doing other stuff with like schoolwork and such. But honestly, again, this is where my issue came in with the F words, because it does have very liberal use of the F-bombs in there. It's just like, okay, there's literally scenes where people will just show up, they'll walk on screen and walk off screen just to say, hey, F-wad, hey, F in the kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I think it's still a very entertaining show. It's, obviously very girl power, lots of different types of women and different types of roles. Alison Brie is kind of unrecognizable in this lead role, which I really like about that. She really owns up that whole kind of like,
well, you died.
Herself Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good.
Sorry.
It's like watching Cyrex do a review. It's fucking great. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. No, basically, it's a very fun show. I'm only 2 episodes in, but it's very enjoyable. You can get past the gratuitous swearing at points. It's a very unique look at this whole world of like, wrestling, just the idea of like trying to fake it to make it kind of thing. Like, how do you fake stage dives and fake, certain wrestling moves, especially with women who are not considered natural fighters in this case, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. I actually watched Old School Glow, and it was fucking awful. So like, I'm glad they're doing like an actual show with it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and they're not hiding that it's awful either. That's the thing. They embrace the stupidity of Glow. So
yeah, man. But Diane, how about you, man?
Today I've been watching The Last Man on Earth.
Oh, I love that show.
The Last Man Alive. The Last Man Alive.
With Will Forte, right?
Yeah. That luckily, like, I love Hulu. Ever since I got it, I just love it. I finished the 2nd season of Log Horizon, and that was nothing happens. The first season is definitely really good. So if you're looking for a good anime, watch Log Horizon. But nothing happens in season 2, so you don't even need to watch it. I've been working on my demo reel, so I've been listening to people like Jason Douglas, who plays Beerus on Dragon Ball Super, and Ian Sinclair, who plays Wiz.
Nice.
So I've been just listening to Wheeze. So I've been just like listening to their voices and like studying them.
Nice.
So that's pretty much it.
No, I love the dude who plays Whis. He's got that right tone of like how the character design fits the voice that he's choosing it at.
Right. Oh yeah, Ian Sinclair is like a professional. Like I want to meet him someday.
How about you,
The
Michelle?
only reason why I'm studying him.
I'm sorry. You froze on my end. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Just keep going.
You want to go?
I don't want to say it. Keep on going.
I guess
You beat Dahan down.
Yeah, he beat him down. No, Rashad, I guess you go next, Rashad.
But I've only been watching one TV show like this week because I've been really meaning to catch up on it. That's the new season of Orange is the New Black.
Oh God.
And, yeah, I've been meaning to watch that. It's like my favorite seasons are still 2 and 4. It's not the best, but it's better than the worst seasons. Like the entire thing takes place like it starts off with them like for no one has ever seen it, like a riot happens at the end of season 4, and this entire season revolves around them being trapped in this prison for 3 or 4 days for this riot. So 13 episodes, 3 days, a riot the entire time, and it's like the things that they pull off in this season is like, all right, like I understand like what the message you guys are trying to come across with here is like you can tone it back a little. Like I understand, like these ladies have been through a lot, but like, come on, like they want they want the world to like they want the world to see like we're not just criminals, we're people, but we're gonna do some criminal ass shit to these guards that have been oppressing us. It's like, come on, you see the mixed messages right now with this season a little bit, man. Just come on. But
I don't really like that show. I have a very hard time with that show.
I don't know. Season 5, like I refuse to watch the rest of it. There's no plot in that fucking season. It's a bunch of meandering bullshit.
I tried.
Wait, Bugs, I actually thought you loved Orange is the New Black.
No, I tried with that show, and it's my problem with that show is that a lot of the characters are so unlikable, and the characters I do like Pusey, I liked her. I liked her a lot. I felt like I wanted to know more of her backstory. I felt like she was one of those many tragic characters. Crazy Eyes. I like her in the sense that she's a tragic character.
They go full tilt with Tazy. They go full tilt with Crazy Eyes.
Ridiculous.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, in this season they go full tilt with Crazy Eyes. It's just like y'all can tone her down like a hell of a lot right now. Like,
I mean, how do you go from being someone who's a genuinely nice person? Yeah, Crazy Eyes was mentally disabled, obviously, but it's so messed up how she got screwed, and it ends up in prison and just kind of labeled and stereotyped and stigmatized. Functional environment. I mean, it's just oh god, that show I can't even. And of course, excuse my language, the lily white girl that we're supposed to be champion behind. The main character from the first season, she is the most unlikable.
She's not character anymore. Yeah, hell no, she isn't. Like after season 1, they realized, this chick is kind of unlikable.
Let me just ask you this, I'm sorry to cut you off, Rashad, but isn't that the point? Isn't that the point? Because they're in jail, so these are not really good people.
No, but the thing is, it's okay, when you look at all these characters, a lot of the characters, they are criminals, but you take someone like Red, who's kind of the kingpin, linchpin. She's kind of the one that almost runs it from the criminal's point of view. She's funny. She's likable. She tells interesting stories. She keeps a tight ship. So you like her right off the bat because she's some sort of authoritarian figure, but still understands that everyone she's dealing with is kind of a piece of shit. But you have the main character who honestly does nothing. She just kind of hangs around and acts superior to everyone around her, even though they're all in the same fucking place,
And that's exactly what she does this entire season. She just hangs around.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, did you ever see Oz on HBO?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay. You say that. Okay, they're in prison. They're all unlikable. They're not good people. See, I can't go with that. That's too simplistic of an explanation of people in prison, because you have people that do belong there, who committed horrible crimes. Yes, but it's much more complicated to say, oh, they're horrible people, because you got people who are there for petty crimes, or people who were, in some cases, fucking framed, or in the case of the main character from season 1, Piper, she got screwed over. She committed a crime involving with drug trafficking many years before, and then here comes the bitch that she was with, gets caught. Oh, I'm gonna stitch on everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, she got fucked in that situation. Like, she's moved on. She's, her life has changed. Can you imagine something you did 5 years ago when you were at a low point in your life? You've now moved on. You've changed. You've grown. And then some bitch from your past dragged your name back into this stuff.
That's Ganja's worst nightmare.
No, it's not, because I did my shit before I turned 18. Thank
He was quicker than that.
I had that defense ready since the age of 17, motherfucker.
I don't know shit. I don't know that bitch. What bitch? Who? Her? No, I don't know her.
I might have went to middle school with her. I think she was
Here's
my
a photo of you two together.
Wow.
Rashad, I have a question because I've been wondering this myself because I stopped watching. I watched a few episodes and I was like, fuck it. Pusey, what was her backstory? What did she end up in prison for?
Wait, where did you stop watching?
I remember it was a season where you had the crazy girl who ended up in prison for mail fraud. And she was stalking her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, the Italian girl?
Oh, you stopped back then.
Yeah, but I know about Pusey dying because.
Okay, I was about to say I'm gonna break your heart.
Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. No spoiler. Yeah, but her I'm just gonna give it real quick. Like, her backstory is just basically like she was. Well, hold on. Let me think about it. They didn't really give
her father was military, and she was a.
Yeah. They gave that backstory, but they didn't tell us exactly as to why.
I don't think they ever showed why she got to jail.
No, they never showed that.
She smoked a little weed, and I think she got just on something petty like that. But they don't really actually show why she went to jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we actually move on from Orange is the New Black, just one quick question for Rashad. Do you think the show has overstayed its welcome? Just real quick.
It can have its good moments to me. To me, like, it's going on fast. Like, this is the 5th season that just came out. It seems to be doing like the tit for tat because 2 and 4 are my favorites, but 1 and 3 are my least favorite. But this new one falls right in the middle between those. So I have a good feeling that season 6 may be good. But I'm not sure.
Resident Evil syndrome.
Yeah.
Keep alternating.
You know what show I think is getting to that point? Walking Dead is fast approaching to the point where they're overstaying their welcome.
I think everyone.
I got some bad news. That shit's been around for 13 years now. They already
It probably will be.
He's not wrong.
Especially
they already signed. Like, it's gonna be going till season 20. That's the plan.
Especially the way the comic is right now. Like, Kirkman has already said like he has
Season
plans for
20?
issues 200, issue 300. So it's not going.
I know, but some of those actors are gonna die in real life. Fuck.
Well, the funny thing about it is, like, Nick, he's like, speaking of Walking Dead, you said the Fear of the Walking Dead is actually getting really fucking good. So,
yeah, this last season
it was terrible last season.
Yeah, no, I agree. Season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead was awful, but like currently, the Fear the Walking Dead is pretty really good. And honestly, the comic books are so fucking bad now that everything they do in Negan is like the dumbest shit.
I gotta.
It's one of those things that any long-standing anything will eventually they'll just run out of shit to do. Like, the idea of Walking Dead going to season 20 blows my fucking mind. It's because to the point where it's like, well, what the fuck do we do now? Like, they should do what Game of Thrones is. Like, Game of Thrones said they're gonna end at season 8. It's like we're gonna be done our story. They've done 8 seasons.
The thing is, the frustrating thing is that when you have these TV properties that are based off of comic books or books, they get that little bit of taste of success, and then they go, ooh, they get excited. A prime example of that is the Strain. If any on FX, if any of y'all seen that, okay, that was 3 books. Guillermo del Toro himself said that it was not going to be longer than 3 seasons, 1 season per book. Then they got a taste of success, and they started rewriting shit. They started changing shit from the books and saying, "Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that," and it sucked. And fans got.
I don't know what you're saying because every season's been great. They're ending it next season. They're only doing 4 seasons of the show.
The one thing I will say though, like,
but it was always
there's a point I want to make here because I mean we can't go on too long. But I mean I want to see what Bugs and Alan think about this too because another thing I want to bring up is like with movies. The reason why I actually like The Walking Dead and like that's gonna be 20 seasons is because you're always gonna get continual story, just like real life. You know what I mean? Like you don't know how many days you got on Earth. You know what I mean? Shit's gonna continue until it fucking no longer continues. And with movies, I feel like if you're watching a movie for an hour and a half. You're like, okay, something's about to happen. Like we got 30 minutes until this shit turns off. Something's gonna go down. And you know, like with Game of Thrones, I feel like if you tell me season 8 is like, you know, that's the last shit you're gonna do, or season 7, whatever it is.
Right.
It's like I know that whatever's gonna happen, they need to solve every kind of question you had. They need to do everything that they've been building up to. Like this season, they need to get this shit done, or else you're gonna left unpleased. You're gonna be like, man, fuck, like really.
Yeah, but again, but to me, it's like some of my favorite shows. Like I think Sons of Anarchy is 7 seasons. It should have been 5 seasons. It would have been a perfect show if it ended in season 5. But Breaking Bad ends at 5 seasons, and they managed to wrap everything up really well. A Person of Interest wraps up in 5 seasons and manages to do everything well. Like it's possible to do it.
Plus, I just hate
I
endings
think
in general.
the
because every
strange
show-
was.
Well, one more thing too is like the only thing I really hate too as well is because I hate when shows end, because sometimes no matter what you're gonna be upset. Like Sopranos was one of my favorite shows, or awful ending of all time. Lost was another great show for 2 seasons until they got ridiculous and it had an awful ending. I mean, the worst fucking.
Okay, the ending is bad, but the show's still great. I still love the show, but the ending sucks. I enjoyed the show. Like I enjoyed the journey.
Even
the ending
comedies,
would have been
Seinfeld ended
bad.
Raymond
See,
ended bad. King of Queens ended bad. Like you know.
See, I feel like when you have a show,
Nick, the point is though.
Oh, go ahead, Buzz.
I feel like, I mean, I disagree with you, Birdman. When you have a show that tries to stretch shit out purely to stay on air, I don't like that. And I feel like The Strain, it should have ended after 3 seasons. They should have stuck to the original formula of what they were going to do with the books, what Del Toro said he was going to do.
Del Toro says he's going to do a lot of things. He's doing like every movie out in the next 15 years. He never commits to anything.
Okay, but I'm saying, okay, fine. But I'm saying what they should have done was stuck to the original plan, because the show is not. They killed off Nora. What the fuck was that all about?
Yeah, because again, they did a lot of cool things with that show. But again, what I liked about that show is it doesn't do it kills people off, but it doesn't do it in the Walking Dead style, where it's like they feel the need to. Everything that gets off in that show, it makes sense for what's going on in the show. Like, and they're ending it at season 4, which is perfect because they've set up a good place where it's ending. I'm always the person who's like, don't do what the fucking books are doing. You said the books, 3 books, they already know what they're doing. That shit's set in stone. A TV show can do shit, can change shit, and make it so that it's a different experience than the books. That's what I prefer.
And with that said, too, like, is Fargo doing that for you? I mean, do you think Fargo's...
Yes, I'm glad you actually brought that up.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'm really curious, because, I mean, we've been meaning to bring this up for the last, 4 weeks and everything, too, so I'm kind of curious, like, how has that been? And, I mean, do you think they're doing it right, unlike all these other shows, like Prison Break or Walking Dead or whatever?
Yeah, because, I want to watch... I've been meaning forever to watch Fargo, so I figured, and yeah, I guess this will be my Flex and Just segment. So... I wanted to check out Fargo, and what I do is like, if there's something prior, I want to make sure I'm watching it in the way, not so much they intended to, but I want to make sure I got all the background before I enter anything. So it's like, let me check out the Fargo movie. Let me, see if I like it, and then I'll watch the TV show and see how I feel about it. And boy, I'm sorry, I know everyone here probably loves that movie, but I was bored out of my fucking mind during that entire runtime. No. I was just looking at the timer going, come on, please finish. Something happened. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like this whole thing where it's like, this small town has this brutal murder, but everyone's talking like, no, sorry, wrong accent. Everyone's talking like this the whole time. Trying to look for some, a triple homicide. Oh my God, that guy got really fucked up. Oh, that's a donut. Can I have some coffee with that? Like,
that's the point of the movie.
Crimes in this ridiculous accent. I could not take the movie seriously. So when any sort of violence happens, it's like a fucking rated R comedy where it's like slapstick humor sometimes. Like, especially the end when
I have friends with that accent. I'm just saying. That's not a comedy.
I don't give a
That's real life.
That accent is ridiculous.
That's why they don't kill people, because no one takes them seriously.
I could not take anybody seriously. And I was so angry. I guess that's why I got as close as I could to the accent, because it is annoying hearing that. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Okay, I'm just going to watch the first episode of the show, see if it's good. I love the television show. I recommend it to everybody. It is amazing because it takes its time more. It develops a lot of what's going on, and I love all the acting all on board. Everyone is nailing it. I like the slow pace, and that's something I've always saying, that TV shows doing a lot better storytelling than movies are, because it gives them a chance to take their time to develop these characters, to be able to kind of showcase what's actually going on and make it feel more real.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, man. I haven't seen the show. I actually heard Brad Garrett is one of the main villains, and man, he is such a scary-looking motherfucker. So I'm like, I can't wait to see him not do comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he good, by the way, Brad Garrett?
I'm only on season 1, so I don't really know who you're talking about. Brad Garrett?
Yeah, I think he was in
So Brad Garrett was in season 2. He's not in it very long. I mean, because there's so many characters in season 2, but for the parts that he's in, he's really good in that. So
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if you ever watched Everybody Loves Raymond, but he's the big.
Oh yeah,
dumbass
I just looked him up. Yeah, wow, that guy, that's gonna be weird seeing that guy's a villain.
No, but he
Oh, yeah.
you never think about it. He is fucking like he could be really scary, dude. Like
that boy.
He's just stabbing someone, going, Deborah. Deborah.
Oh, no one loves you anymore, Raymond.
Everyone loves me.
Like,
Everybody
I'll be
loves
there, Mom.
murder.
No fucking thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you liked it though, man, because I want to watch it and dude, like season 2 looked fucking awesome, like as far as the trailers and whatnot go. So I gotta check that out. But here's the thing. I think everyone basically went right as far as like non-MCA hosts,
except for
Okay, is that time?
Oh,
Nightcrawler is one of my favorite fucking movies of all time, dude. God damn,
All
that movie's
time.
so good.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yes, like my top 10. Like seriously, dude.
That movie, like, just watching it again, because like we watched it again on Netflix. I already had seen it before, but when we had popped it up, because I think Allie said she had never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It was like, you know what? Fuck everything that we have planned tonight. Fuck everything. Fuck planning the show. Put on Nightcrawler, and just watching the movie, it made me fall in love with it all over again. Lou, what is his name? I'm blanking on the name. Yeah, Lou Bloom, but what is the character's name? The actor?
Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake always looking
Jake Gyllenhaal is like Lou Bloom. Like, this motherfucker is like the most masterful, like, prime manipulator. Like, he performs. Like, he is like, but he's thorough. And like something that Nate said, it's not that the fact that he's psycho, he's just so fucking stable and so like just so determined about his goal that he looks at people, things, everything is vital information to get to his point. He's gonna get to his primary objective by any means necessary, no matter who he has to screw over, no matter who he has to fucking kill or murder, without even like actually literally killing them. Like, he actually like plans this shit out. And the funny thing about it is like all the information that he knows and how he gets into like the whole news industry or whatever, it's information that he learns on fucking Google. So it's just like,
Anthony, I've never seen the movie. Stop right there. Stop. I've been trying to get your attention.
No, Bugs.
Okay, well, hey,
all the
sorry,
stuff, all
girl,
the stuff he said. Yeah, all the stuff he said is not spoilers. He hasn't said anything that.
Actually, Bugs, I'm sorry, but no, we spoiling this shit. I don't give a fuck. You guys at least.
Okay, I guess that's the closest thing you guys are gonna get to a spoiler warning for in case you've never seen.
Yeah, that movie is out for years. If you haven't watched it, that's you going to hell. Like,
I'm never gonna finish it, so yeah, go ahead.
You never trust a man that greasy wearing a man bun, riding a bike. You never trust a man like that.
That is a very specific thing to describe.
Ellie, I'm actually curious, like, what do you think of this, by the way? Like, I mean, when you watch, like, how long did it take you to get kind of into the mode of like, ooh, I love this fucking movie? Like, I mean, I don't know, like.
Man, it was almost right away. Like, it pulled me in right away. We can sell spoilers, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes? Okay, spoilers! So, like, in the first couple of minutes of the movie, like Jake Gyllenhaal just straight up just strangles someone. I'm just like, oh, okay, we're going there. All right, I could get into, like, it woke me up right away. It really made me just pay attention. Like, this dude, okay, he's not what I thought he was. So, like, he's really determined, like Anthony said, to get what he wants, and to achieve his goals. So it's like, right away, it told me who this character was, and I was really intrigued. And it just took off from there. There was not like a part of the movie where I found it was boring. I was always intrigued, and like by the ending, oh my god, that freaking police chase is like one of the best police chases I've ever seen in a movie, or car chases. And it's like not even technically an action movie. You know, it's just like you felt like you were in that front seat with Jake Gyllenhaal, just like as he was filming, getting everything that was happening. And I just felt so intense, like, oh my god, like, is he gonna hit him? Nope, he's not. Oh my god, like, it was so freaking intense. I was just like doing this in my seat, like, oh no, no.
No, and the thing that's funny too, man, is like the whole time him like not really screening any kind of like emotions and shit, like makes it so much more like, I gotta act for you, motherfucker, like, and it's crazy too because I think here's the biggest thing, like they always tell this in film school and everything, you know, Justin's gonna like this quote and everything, but show don't tell. This movie captures like the whole purpose of show don't fucking tell. This movie tells you nothing, and yet you know everything.
They tell you a lot in this movie, to be fair. But
okay, well, I mean,
well, they do it in a way that's like not exposition.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
like for instance, like when he's doing stuff, like when he's holding the camera and walking up to like a dead body scene, he's not saying like, "Ooh, I have to move this dead body, so I can bring it over here, so I can record him, so I can get this." Blah blah blah. He never you don't even know what his motives are until it's story too late and he's done what he planned to do, and you're like, "Oh shit, good job, dude! I didn't know that's what you were going." Like that whole time when he was running to that building, I thought it was gonna be a hero film. I thought it was like, "Oh, he's gonna go over there and save them from getting shot." No, he waited till they all died and then walked up in that house like, "Ooh, look at that, nice brain matter right there. Okay, nice. Let me go up the fucking stairs, blood, And I was like, I was surprised when that was happening. It's just, what the fuck? This guy's insane. So, I mean, and here's the thing.
I found more insane was just like the actual news station. Like they kept paying for these like really freaking horrific graphic videos. That's like, obviously this guy, he entered into this house like on his own terms. He didn't ask permission. This was before the police even got there. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna just go around in their house and just shoot everything. It's like, morally, that's just up. And they're just like, oh yes, this is some juicy stuff. This is great. Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, she was getting hungry. Like, I can't remember the lady's name, but that and I can't remember her position at the news station.
It's Renee Russo.
Russo?
Yeah,
Renee Russo. She was just so hungry at that point, which is funny because Jack Gyllenhaal just really gets into her mind. Is like, hey, bitch, you need me because your ratings are about to go down and you about to switch to another news station. Like, you don't stay at a news station more than like fucking 2 years. And again, this is information he learned from fucking Google. He took that information and like blackmailed her ass in order to raise himself up to the fucking company and shit like that, and just like feed it off of him, and not only off of her, but also his assistant, who actually fucks and dies at the end of the goddamn movie. It's just like, holy shit.
Ahmed.
Like, yeah, poor that guy, because all he needed was just like some money, because you can tell that he was in dire straits. Like he said, I was like living in the fucking garage. You've been telling me that you're gonna boost my rates for like almost a year now, because this motherfucker, yeah, I'll be pissed too. This motherfucker got like this clean ass red ass car, and you got not paying me.
And by the end of it, you're like, oh man, I get it now. I get why he hired this guy. Like he was a guy that, yeah, like you said, like he was trying to get straight. Didn't really have any family, didn't even have a home. Like, oh, it's the perfect person. If something were to possibly happen, no one would really care,
Accidents do
happen. He made his own news stories that way,
But I had to ask. So we all, the dick ball is all wet now. So, Alan, why do you not like this movie?
Alan Birdman tonight will be playing the role of Nicholas Diaz as hater of the movie.
Alan. Okay, Alan, I gotta say, first of all, I'm not surprised. Second of all,
fuck you.
What's wrong with you?
Hold on,
I'm gonna just repeat my response for that second question too.
Real quick, Alan. He's not the only one that doesn't like this movie. I thought it was fucking boring too. But Alan, continue.
Oh my god!
Okay.
So it was one of those things where I was like, man, I really like Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm a huge fan of Jake Gyllenhaal. And then it hit me. I don't like a single fucking movie he's in. Why do I like this guy? So people were like, oh, check out these movies. So I'm like, okay, I checked out Prisoners and Enemy, and then I checked out Nightcrawler, and I'm like, Nightcrawler, like, to me, Nightcrawler and Enemy are almost the same movie, where it's like Jake Gyllenhaal just kind of being weird and kind of being angry and just kind of doing stuff, and I'm like, I don't really care that you're filming this kind of stuff. And I feel like it's cliche of, oh man, make it so that news, all they care about is gruesome violence and stuff, and have this kind of crazy, unstable guy do this stuff. And to me, nothing really gauged. I was just kind of like, I got halfway through the movie, I'm like, I'm done.
Now, Ganja,
I'm not going to finish watching this because I was bored out of my mind.
Ganja, do you feel exactly the way Alan feels? As
To
far
a
as that
cer-
sense?
to a certain degree, especially that most of the character, like, it's all very set in a very dreary kind of shot pace. Like, even when they go into the car, it's very dreary. There's never any moment of excitement, and I get that because most of the excitement is supposed to come from the stories that they're chasing. But, like, even when there's, like, touching on his personality, I never get to feel like I'm getting to know this sociopath and how he works. It's mostly I'm just seeing him go step by steps. And a lot of times I'm getting like this is a power play fantasy for people that have those sociopathic tendencies. So, like, the whole time I'm feeling like I'm just watching a movie that's supposed to be stroking someone's ego.
I mean, but like that's kind of like That's kind of like the guy he is. Like, he seems like the type of guy that will fold his socks into squares before he puts them in his fucking drawer.
Yeah, but that's it
that's
though.
sort of-
That he's just kind of
But that's
weird,
it.
and then when he says weird stuff, it's like, okay, he's kind of weird, but it's just like that. That's it though.
He's like the character from Breakfast Club, the goth kid. Like, you really want to know more about her and her life, but they're just relaxing on, he's just weird.
But see,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like,
Well,
we
you know,
we call it weird. Like, that's what I like about it too, is because we're saying it's weird. But that's because we don't know people like that. Like, he is so fucking stable. Like, most successful people.
No,
in the
that's a
world-
mental illness, Nick. I hate that you keep saying that. Sociopathic is a mental illness. All those stuff that he's showing is showing the signs of a psychopath.
See, I don't know why, but I didn't see that to an extent. I was like, this guy, like, I'm this fucking guy, like.
Well,
I'm
no,
really-
actually, because the thing is, people confuse sociopath and psychopath for people that are bloodthirsty murderers. A sociopath is someone that has no emotion and no empathy for anything that's going on, is literally a robot, which is what he's being throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
He, like saying, and to a certain degree, but the thing is, for the most part, people had to tell me that. When I'm watching that, I'm like, this is kind of a weird guy. Like, to me, he should be going, hey, every 10 seconds, because that's the kind of how he's in the movie.
Really?
It's so good that he doesn't, though. That's what makes
I know,
it
but I
good.
felt like he was 2 steps away from doing that at every scene, you know?
Where's he
Like-
going?
Really, that's interesting. No, I just thought like that. I got this right off the bat that he didn't care about people or have any sort of emotions or attachments to anything. I got that right off the bat, especially at that part where he decides at when he gets to an accident, before the police do, he takes it into his own hands. Like, you know what? This shot would be even more better if I move this body over here. At that moment, I was like, okay, this dude's a sociopath. Like, he really just he is so disconnected from anything emotionally driven or anything. Like, all he cares about is him getting to him and his career, his business or whatever. That's all he cares about at all. He doesn't care about people. He doesn't care about thing.
And a lot of the way the secondary characters reacted to him really threw me off. Like, that's why I say I felt like it was a sociopath power play, because a lot of the people that he fucks with are people of more power than him. And from what I know of Hollywood, just from watching documentaries and just, from my love of Hollywood and just watching stuff about it, a lot of those people would have fucked him from the beginning, especially the part, well, we have photos of this crime scene before the body was moved. So if you want to keep talking that shit, I will report you to police. Especially that last scene that Allie likes, the car chase. That completely threw me out, because this whole movie is presented that he's working within the real world, right? Like, he's taking a picture of real life examples. Well, in police car chases, there's multiple cops. So right when I saw that there was one cop and him, I was like, oh, they're doing the movie shit. So they can have one big final reveal.
No. There were
there were
two cars that were chasing.
Yeah, but when you get to the final, it's just one cop car and the car crash. That's it.
Yeah,
They crashed 3 cars.
No, I get where you're
everyone else
coming from.
disappears.
I get where you're coming from, because that's the one thing I did have an issue with this movie, is that throughout the whole entire movie, I know the police or whoever, FBI, whoever was investigating him, they started to suspect something, but it was more like, oh, we know you're withholding information or whatever. It wasn't ever the issue of how did you film inside this house? Especially the first time he broke into those people's houses when there was a shootout. And this is before the other one. In their kitchen, moving stuff around while they're still the crime scene is still, and is active and everything like that. And I'm just wondering, how did the police not look at this when they aired this on the news and ask themselves, how did this person get into this place? Or
They did ask.
I don't know. Did they really?
Yeah, because the reason why she was saying, she's like, I'm going to report you, or I'm going to investigate you because, you're in this house, and what you're doing here. And he said, no, I was in there trying to see if I can help. I saw those guys leave. I wanted to see if I can help.
Beforehand. This is the other time he was in that house. When actually the
that one
police
he
did arrive.
lied.
Oh,
yeah, he lied because he had permission. Yeah. It's because he never proved that he didn't or did have permission in that case, so there wasn't really any case to be had. It's like, if there's no evidence one way or the other, there's nothing to prosecute him yet.
Yeah, but usually, I don't know law or anything like that, but you would think that no bystander would be able or allowed to go into a crime scene.
It was active already, because I remember the part you're talking about, but I also remember this is the first part where he walks into the murder scene, and I'm confusing the two right now. So they did show another part where he walked into the crime scene after the fact.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This was the first time. This was before the whole the homicide and the whole chase. This is
when he was
before
rearranging
that.
the refrigerator. Yeah.
Oh, where he walks into the person's house?
Yeah, when there was someone was shooting, like
Yeah.
The two bullet holes in the fridge.
Yeah, the bullet holes in the window, and the people, like the police was still there. The family was shook up. They were still alive. Everyone was fine though. But he just took it upon himself to sneak into the house.
That's illegal.
No, that was actually a different person's house. That was the house that was neighboring right there, and he went into some other house to get a better shot on him.
Right. Okay, so that's legal.
No, was it? Because it had the bullet holes
It
in
did
the window.
ricochet though, but I don't think that was the exact crime scene because it would have been lit up. There's no way they would have got there. But I think it was right beside what was happening because it was a bunch of bullets.
But either way, you're still breaking and entering.
But
It
the one thing
really
I will
depends
say,
on if you literally break through the door or if the door's unlocked. The
Well,
door's
not
unlocked.
even-
It would be
It's still illegal.
Specificality.
Illegal.
They touch on how they're realizing that where he kills, like he's starting to have like a serial killer thing, where 5 people are missing in like a 50-mile radius, and they make a joke about it in the dialogue, like, "Oh, that's funny, that's happened." And meanwhile, the real police would investigate that shit thoroughly.
Exactly. So that's my issue, is that I just felt like they're kind of lax about the whole fact that, like, oh, this is a lot of coincidences. Like, this is not a coincidence that all this stuff is rarely happen when he starts doing this stuff. It's just like I would think that the police would be more involved than they were. You know what I'm saying?
the one thing I will say though is like, there's even a part where even Alan's like, no, like the cliche of like, there's only like 2 cops on the thing, whatever. The thing is, like, you guys all make sense. Like, Alan makes sense, Justin, you make sense, all of you guys. But the thing is, like, there's little tiny things that explain these situations. Like, that's why I it's like Training Day. Like, every time I watch Training Day, I learn new shit. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even catch that. This is all like fucking foreshadowing. But in Nightcrawler, like, even during that chase, if you listen to the police scanner, they don't have enough cops in the area, and like, while you're sitting there like, man, this doesn't make sense, the police scanner is telling you it makes sense. Like, it's so like, it's damn near meta.
I don't know, Nick. I think you would get mad about that in any other movie. I honestly think you would have.
I mean, I get mad about tons of shit, but it's like literally like the police scanner's literally saying like, yes, we got like guys on this.
I feel like if I told you, but he said just hit that hole in Star Wars. Oh yeah, of course they're gonna tell hit the hole because they want to make a better film.
Nick, you're breaking my heart. Y'all breaking my heart. I love this movie.
That's
fine. I still love it.
Hold on, you like because the motherfucker uses Google. You don't like because of an actual movie.
Hey man, this is coming from someone who truly loved the movie, just like you did. But I can see a couple of faults that it's just like raises a little bit of questions.
If this movie was using Bing, Anthony would have hated it.
Yeah.
I like the simple fact because it's like this character, because I didn't see him as a sociopath or a psychopath or whatever the fuck you want to like call the definitions, but I just saw him as a broken man that he had like an unknown past that you didn't quite know, and it all led to like that final line that he said to the movie at the very end. Like, even in that guy's death, he was still like psychologically in his head, because he was like, you use my bargaining power against me and you're gonna use it again. And he was just like, you don't know that. And he was just like, I do. Yes, I do. He was even confused in death. So it just shows you like this great manipulator, and he was just, because it was just all these quotes that he threw in like in the news station. He was just like, dude, you can like, I really have no formal education. Pretty much you can find anything that you really want to learn if you look hard enough. And that's the thing that I really like about the movie, is like this great manipulator. And I guess I see your point is coming from, Ganji, when you say it's just like this psychopathic stroke thing, like the little taking down the small. I mean, the little taking down the big.
Well, no, I think it's a sociopathic. It's different. It's not the small taking down the big. It's just
Ganja's
someone trying to
right.
get their money out.
And Ganja's right, by the way, because I am a sociopath in a way, and like, dude, that is a fantasy of mine. So Ganja hit this shit right in the fucking head.
No,
like,
but that's good. But it shows,
it's a fable story.
Yeah, it's a fable, but like it shows you that it can be done. From like, it reminds me of like an episode of Black Mirror, when it shows you like this, like these people can literally just take you down and you don't even know it, which is the technology that we have available that we take it for granted. Like, granted, I keep bringing up the Google thing, but like he was learning police codes. I was like, damn, is it really easy to buy a police scanner like that? And y'all was telling me like y'all have some too. I was like,
I actually have one, and my mobile phone. You can download it for free on Google Play.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
How is that not the most illegal thing to have a police
That's
scanner?
what I'm saying. Like, he's using the tools that we take advantage
public
of.
information.
Like public
No,
information.
but a lot of times they're pointing out positions of police officers and stuff. Like,
No, those are special scanners. You will go to jail if they find you with those.
Okay.
That's CIA, FBI. We're talking like local county police, man.
I actually have police in my family, so that's why I have one. So it's just, I mean.
No, because like he was only. It's fucked up because, like, granted, this guy's a really bad person, but he was only taking granted, like, really hold of the situations around him. Like I said, like it shouldn't be that easy to get a police scanner. News stations shouldn't be that fucking venomous when it comes to news stories. He was just taking advantage of the fucked up world around him. So it's just
that's one of my issues with the movie is it's so much of this cynical message that gets kind of bogged down with the fact that the main character just kind of magically goes through all this stuff.
Yeah, that's what threw me off too.
But the whole thing is like, oh man, aren't news organizations the worst? Aren't people just horrible human pieces of shit? Like after a while, it's just like, man, it's the same reason I don't like Mr. Robot. It's cynical for cynical's sake.
One thing I
But
will say,
that's what I'm saying. It's a dark fable. You know what I mean? Like this, it is a power play. It is a fantasy, but it's a fantasy that's trying to make a message about it. And maybe it's not applicable to everybody. You know, not everyone is this crazy psycho Jake Gyllenhaal guy.
Yeah.
But it shows like, you know, it's about exploring the dark nature of that stuff. And I mean, and I don't even love every single bit about the movie, because if I had to say anything technically wrong with the film, I didn't really like the music of the movie very much. I thought the score was a little bit meh in the film. But I think as a whole, just a piece of writing and performance, I thought that it's compelling enough that yes, no more far-fetched than some of our other favorite movies, you know?
Yeah, here's the thing. I think we should get in our ratings right now, and I do want to just, like, because we about to get to 3 hours, son. So
I will say this, though, and, like, it kind of go into my rating, but I really like this fucking movie. It's, like, almost a better than Sex for Me, but it's, like, a really, really high full price. And like I said, I really like this movie because he just pretty much just used, like, he's not, granted, like I said, it's still, exaggerated in some cases, like really exaggerated in some cases, but like I said, he just uses public information, these things that we can easily access to actually just get to the top. And it's kind of funny because it shows you that this guy just has this drive. Granted, it's like not wrong or like wrong or right, but it's just like this dude, if you have enough drive, you can pretty much do anything. And it, like, the whole movie kind of encompasses this quote that was actually in the trailer: in order to win the lottery, you got to get the money to buy the ticket.
Yeah,
and I love that.
So my whole thing is like, cause I'm with you there. Like, honestly, this is like a 5 out of 5. This is better than Sex for Me. I fucking love this movie. But here's the thing, because Ganji even said too, he's like, well, if this was a different movie, Nick, like, you wouldn't fucking like this shit. And to an extent, I see where you're coming from, but I disagree because, like, Batman, for instance, like, I like a Dark Knight and everything, but everything that Nightcrawler does here is some superhero comic book shit. I mean, it really is. The thing is, though, there's always reasons behind it. It's not like, oh no, it's the Force, and we don't want to, like, show you a tangible version of the Force. We're just going to say the word, and that'll tell you. If you listen to the scanner, there's a bunch of fucking reasons why that shit's happening. If you look at his computer, he's actually showing you the shit. Like, it's showing...
Like, to the point, Nick, it's even an explanation of why he's speeding on a street.
Yeah,
it's like, no, he was just like, it's a bad neighborhood. They're not going to, like, come on now. Cops are not going to race me on this. Like, it's nobody around.
Yeah,
like,
he literally gets involved in stories where it's so big that he's the least of a police officer's problems. Like, every single thing is explained.
Like, it's trying to say that this dude is recording life and see how bad life is and how evil humans can be. But meanwhile, this big scene that you guys are pretty much like, oh, this is the big collapse of the movie. They're like, oh, we're going to throw it all the way so we can just have this one final scene to have a big message
I love that
at
too.
the end.
And the reason why, the reason why I love that too, Ganja, is because I really hate A24. Like, A24 is one of those companies I can't stand. I know it's an art house film, but like, this movie's almost like an art house film in that sense. But the thing with A24 is they love to give you a story or do a horror movie or something, and it has some weird ending where it's like, see, we're artistic. We don't have to have a big climax ending because we're more story than we are film. And this movie was like, okay, we got all the good story out. We got all the good writing out. Let's just have a good-ass orgasm. Let's fucking go pa-boom, because, you know, we've been building up the story so much, it needs a fucking bottleneck. It's like shaking a fucking can of soda, and then you pop it open, you know, fucking
I don't know. I just felt at the end the movie was just giving itself a hand job with like, oh, the message is no matter what happens, you will still be taken advantage of because people are evil. Watch this guy look at the dude's final death.
And the way it wasn't. Here's the thing.
I don't think anything wrong with that message.
No, and here's the thing. I don't think that was a message. The message is if you apply yourself. Like, I thought of it differently. I'm a negative person, but my message that I got from the movie is fucking. There's no reason to. You can't blame the man. You can't blame the fucking system. If you apply yourself, you can do whatever the fuck you want in life. Whether you
just be a sociopathic monster that moves bodies, kills people, and possibly runs out of chase, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with life.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with the movie is that it kind of gets rid of everything that he's doing with the consequences and stuff that's being set up that the guy gets to witness in all these events. For the consequence of him getting busted at a crime scene in the last movie, it doesn't happen to him. And it's like, okay, we're just going to through this. just so we could get that message across and show you that the guy is still beating the system. Because fuck the system, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then you can say the same for Taxi Driver. It's almost the same.
Oh, no,
movie.
I have the problem with Taxi Driver, too, with the whole idea that, this might be a dream fantasy.
Yeah, but still, that's what I'm saying. Like, some people like that stuff. Some people
But
like
it's the same thing. But I compare it more to Mr. Robot because it's the same thing of Mr. Robot of man, fuck corporations, fuck the man. They're just ruining lives and shit. Like to me, that's what the same vibe I got with this movie of fuck the big companies, fuck the big news, fuck everybody else, but the little guy and internet. All you need is internet, and you got everything.
Because I feel like it doesn't glamorize him. I think it, even with that message that he succeeded and he won, he is the villain. He is the bad guy of the story. So
I'm not saying the glamorization. I'm just saying the way that the ending kind of just makes this perfect coincidence to have this final moment of him just recording the buddy alone.
Yeah, but the one thing I will say though, and I think this is a big reason, because Ganja gave his he fucking don't like the movie, and like Justin, you'll say like, hey, look at Taxi Driver and whatever, but it's like it doesn't matter if people do like it. He doesn't, and I totally understand it. Like I'm not, I want to get into the thing where I'm telling you, hey man, like you need to like it for this reason. I like that you have a different opinion on it because for me, I was just fucking like all over, just balls, like just blah, blah, blah. So in general, like rating wise, what would you give the movie? Because
I give it honestly a high matinee because like the thing is, you guys are confusing like my thing with some of these nitpicking that I don't like the movie. I just thought it was really boring the way it was executing a lot of the stuff. Like I wanted some more. Like a lot of these movies, they get off on like showing kind of a drama or like a sense of urgency, and I never felt that unless he was chasing a story. Like the rest of the part, I feel like I was just watching clips by clips of him interacting with secondary characters, and for him to say magical quotes that Anthony mentioned is the biggest part of this movie. The whole time he's just quoting and just talking shit the whole time. There's very few character development moments with him. I know he's a sociopath and he doesn't have that much character and emotion, but I want to see either like why he became a sociopath. Even if they don't give me that, like how does it affect him from his day to day? It just showed him from these little serial moments of capturing moments in his life to get it better and better. That's my problem with Wolf of Wall Street. It doesn't show the struggle he has within getting those money. It just shows all the highlights.
Yeah, and I mean one thing to end off too, move to Allen and everything is like a big thing you guys complain about too, as well as the news thing, like hey fuck the man, like they're bad guys. The thing I liked about the movie too is like that wasn't even the case either. Like in real life, it is like that. Like in real life, they do want a fucking. I mean, dude, why do you feel like there's always a big story of like, hey, like, a black dude got shot in a car, but yet like the 50 people that got saved and babies like living through a fucking falling off a building window. It's more dramatic. I want to get people to talk about this, so let's really push the Philando Castile thing. Let's really push, and that's a big thing too. Like I'm not saying that that's not a big serious situation, but as a news anchor, I would so bring up Philando. Dude, why do you think we brought up Donald Trump and not fucking like the good politicians out there? We don't bring up like fucking the good shit that's happening. We bring up Donald Trump. So it's etc.
People love negative stories.
Exactly.
And then at the very end too, he was just like, "Hey, that wasn't like an armed robbery. That was just actually a drug. They were stealing drugs from one drug dealer's house to another." And the girl was just like, "No, forget that. It's crime sneaking into like these suburban areas. That's the story. That's what we're gonna keep." And I'm just like,
he literally says like, "Oh, who cares about someone getting shot over in Compton? We want more stories of like people in these upscale suburbs getting shot or something because that's what people really care about. They want like white people getting killed. Like that's what people care about. No one cares about this black person or this Hispanic,
Yeah, and those bombs in Manchester. Literally, it's happening in real life as we speak, dude. We just did a show on the MCA 2 weeks ago about fucking Ariana Grande's. And by the way, every single time we talk about that, the first two fucking like words in those stories is Ariana Grande concert, and then by the way, people died.
Yeah, but it's one of those things like, and again, I guess I'll bring my rating after this. It's one of those things of the movie states it, and that's it. It doesn't sit there and try to break it down. It's simply like, the news organizations, all they care about is that, and that's it. All they care about is things. It's like, yeah, people are like, oh man, that's just like real life. But that's the end of the fucking discussion. It's just like real life.
I never wanted it to be solved though. I was almost like, what,
that's
dude?
The thing. I'm not saying even it being solved. It doesn't go anywhere. That's the whole fucking thing. That's it.
It's the same problem what I have with Mr. Robot. It's just making good quotes and analyzation, but it doesn't go with it. It's just like, people are bad and Hollywood takes advantage of the minor guy. Watch me take advantage of this minor guy and get me a new car.
But if it takes it any further, would that mean that it's trying to preach to you, or is it just trying to just?
It already is.
It's already preaching to me, just in a more cynical tone, so you guys don't see it that way.
I mean, I like both opinions. This is a fun discussion. Did we watch Nightcrawler or an episode of fucking Black Mirror? Like,
I would say the same thing, man. If this is an episode of Black Mirror, you would have fucking hated it.
No, see, here's the thing, because I love you. I could kiss you right now. Because here's the thing, dude. You know what? Later on, me and you will have some personal time. But like, poor guy. So with Black Mirror, they did damn near the same story with that fucking dude from Get Out, the guy who fucking can't act with the
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible. Anyways, so here's the thing. They did damn near the same story where it's like, ooh, like the man, whatever. And what they did with it, there was no climax. There was no chase. There was no explosion. There was no orgasm. The fucking thing ends with a prank on me, telling me that the last 55 minutes of the fucking thing I just watched was all a ruse to have him be the fucking villain at the end damn near. It was like, you wasted my hour of my time.
It was first of all, it was 40 minutes.
We paused it a couple times. And I watched it with Julian, for fuck's sake.
We could just sum up the promise there.
No, but another thing too is the next episode had nothing to do with it. It was one of those anthology stories that leads to fucking nowhere, that will never be revisited again. Nightcrawler might have a sequel.
No,
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, Nightcrawler 2 Electric Boogaloo. Like, what the fuck did
Nightcrawler.
That's actually a good point.
Nightcrawler.
How would they make a sequel to this movie without him just going full serial killer?
They can't.
No, they could.
I mean,
I don't know. But you know, Alan, your rating, sir, because I'm curious.
Honestly, I'm just gonna go some bullshit. There's very few movies. I sat through some bullshit. I sat through some of the worst movies of all time. I could not finish this movie. If I can't finish it, if I find it boring.
This is as bad as Battleship. This is that level.
No, it is not. Battleship is entertaining.
Yeah, that was the wrong. That was wrong.
Yeah, that's bad.
That is like one of my favorite movies ever fucking made. So fuck you. Yeah, no, think about
So it's as bad as Soul Plane.
Oh,
it's as bad as Transformers last night.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would rather watch Soul Plane again.
Really?
Okay, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that shit.
Because the thing is,
I'm done. Thank you.
The thing is, when I find something boring, I don't want to sit through it. I found Nightcrawler boring. Soul Plane is a horrible pile of garbage, but it's incredible how bad it is, and that's it. It's just, wow, this is bad. But Nightcrawler, I was bored of it, and I don't like boring movies.
See,
I'm
me and you
probably
are
gonna
so
regret
different.
that statement.
You and I are so different.
I am going to regret that statement. Can we take that back?
Dude, you like The Walking Dead season 2? The motherfuckers sit there and
Let
eat.
it go, motherfucker! Let it go!
They literally sit there and have picnics on a
No,
zombie
I'm taking
show.
that back. I would never want to sit through Soul Plane again. What am I saying? I still say that Nightcrawler is a boring movie.
So it's more boring than season 2 of Walking Dead, which is like 16 hours of fucking zombies like just walking.
Get your timestamps right. There's 13 episodes in that fucking season.
Whatever, man. Oh, Alan, it's okay though. We have, we'll agree to just some fucking agree.
Yeah, we've been arguing this topic for 47 years, huh?
I know. Damn, I didn't know I was that old. Allie, what would you rate this movie, girl?
I would give it a full price.
There you go. High five. Justin, how about you, sir?
Well, since I'm not a host anyways, but yeah, I would say it's a low full price on my end. I mean, it's Anthony just sitting there with his drink. But I really like it. I can see where Ganja and Alan's complaints to an extent go for. It's like, yeah, it is a fantasy. It is kind of heightened, exaggerated elements. But I feel for the story it's trying to tell, it's engaging. It's something that really caught my attention. And if anything, the one scene that sticks with me from that film, the one that burned in my brain, was that bit when he's in the bathroom and he yells into the mirror, and that bit where he slams it and the glass breaks. That image alone just burned in my head. Just this striking, intense performance moment kind of thing, which apparently was improvised too. Like that was not supposed to happen.
Damn.
Yeah. I love this movie so much. Rashad, how about you, sir?
I would give it a fucking full price, man. I saw this when it first dropped in 2014, and I saw it before like a bunch of other people saw it, before people like kind of hyped it up, and I fucking loved it. And you're wrong, there is a sequel. It's called American Psycho. It's right there. Only thing I have to do is watch it.
God damn you!
It basically is.
Movie. I hate that fucking movie so much.
If he were to get a sequel, that's what he would be. That's
all we need is Jake Gyllenhaal killing somebody to Huey Lewis.
Dude, you can Photoshop the face onto with the axe thing. It would not be that much different, man.
Hey, Paul! Oh man!
Oh, and by the way, you know what? I will say, Birdman. Can I tell you something, man?
He's gonna yell at me.
No, well, it's just like it's just lingering. It's like a fucking like disease on me now. Like I got it during this conversation, and it's just growing more and more in the back of my fucking head. But like you said 3 times, you didn't watch the whole fucking thing. So
I got bored.
So like you didn't watch the whole fucking thing. Like I watched all of Handmaiden, all 2 hours.
That's your fault.
Well, I can't say it's bad if I don't see what it leads up to, and it led up to
Yes, you fucking can. You could easily say it's bad.
I
don't want to finish the movie. I have sat through some bullshit, and I've at least finished it.
You sat through the Handmaiden. When she started like putting like inserted objects into her, you really thought for a second like, okay, where can this possibly go next?
It can only get better from here.
Gotcha, literally, dude, I'm just gonna be completely honest with y'all. I looked at my dick. I was like, you know what, dude? I'll mute myself. I'll just get to town really quick. No, here's the thing.
I came into the last 30 minutes of that movie, and even I wasn't gonna finish that.
Dude,
I
no,
almost
but
didn't
here's
want
the
to
thing,
watch
Ganja. I looked down. It wasn't even hard, man. That's how bad that fucking movie is.
You know, I wish I could say this.
Look,
I wish we could say this is the first time we've had this conversation with Nick.
I'm sorry, Alec. That fucking movie is so bad. I hate that movie. Like seriously, dude, if that movie was a person, I would beat the fuck out of it. Like
and this concludes our review of Handmaiden for the 18th time on the
I hate that movie so much.
Really?
But go see Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's great though.
Yeah, fuck Nightcrawler.
Oh, but
man.
Anthony, save me, please.
Oh my god! Yeah, save you with the fuck this.
What's that? Anyway,
this is a fucking holy Bible, New Testament to be exact.
And they're really trying to save money on paper. Fucking A.
Ooh, exactly. No, but people, last call on good shit. They're bullshitting good times. It's
bull times, good shit.
Bull time. People, tonight, before we actually forget, Alan, take it away. Tell them about that after hours viewing party, sweetie.
Yes. Tonight we are doing the Bad Movie Night Part 1. So they put a poll throughout the show, and I'm going to post it once again just to kind of for last minute views to see what people are voting.
So who's winning so far right now, Alan?
Let's check. Put it right there. Results. Last time I checked, was happening. Wow, Super Mario Brothers. That's fucking surprising.
Oh no!
Hey, second place is happening, so I'm happy. But I'm surprised people want to watch Super Mario Brothers.
I've never seen it. So.
I've never seen. Oh man, this is gonna be a great night.
I think they fucked up and thought it's the porn version with Ron Jeremy.
Well, I guess it's time to go to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Damn it.
I just can't believe that Super Mario Brothers is happening.
Oh.
God damn it. Yeah, Alec couldn't even give me like a. She was just like, man.
That wasn't funny.
The lead up to that was just awful, Nick. It's happening.
that show gave you a 1-up.
Whoa! And the
Wow.
All right, so I can get his ass out the car for the last minute.
Wow.
I think we need to leave now.
3.
Yeah.
2.
I'm already gone. Fuck it.
3 hours. We're done. There we go.
Oh, this shit-
Attack the chat.
Wait, let's see it. No, wait. Whoa.
We're
We're
done.
done.
We're done.
No, let's see it together. Goddamn. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Attack!
Bye.
And the goddamn thing's not even.
What else?